Well, good day, viewers. It's the 19th of June, 2025, Thursday, and the time is 1:27 p.m. in the afternoon here in Perth, West Australia. Welcome to my channel. I'll just give it a couple minutes for people to come online, because this is a question and answer YouTube. Just charging my phone. I'm just trying to stand it up on the bloody charger. There you go. My personal line, welcome. This is Hypocrisy Show. We're going to talk about Jung. Have you heard of Jung? Give me a thumbs up. I don't know if he was a Christian or not, but he speaks some really good wisdoms. Better for mental health, physical health, hormonal health. It goes a little bit against the Christian grain, because Christians can be burnt out on all their friggin' self-righteousness and good works, and end up in a sexless marriage. Or, man, you got to keep the balance. That's the video I made last night. 5 people online, welcome. Daryl Kirky with his crazy haircut. I did it myself. Anyway, saved a bit of money here. But I've been getting into a bit of Jung lately. I mean, a lot of Christians dare not tread where angels don't, and this sort of thing. I'm a rock bottom person. I roll around in the bloody dirt like a bloody horse. But I come out of it. My spirit is more powerful, and it just chastises. It just pulls me out of it. And that's before I was even a born-again Christian. I'm not saying everybody get out of the mud so easily, but I've got to talk about it because it's human nature. And I tell you what, the stress release can actually do some healing, prevent cancer and everything. But too much abuse, my dad is just as bad, worse. My dad used to say, too much of a good thing's not good, Daryl. Crystal's online. Hello, my friend. Hello, Crystal. Just made my day. You're such a special girl. Don't even know what you look like. Never met you. Well, there is 5 people online. So Crystal is my favorite subscriber, by the way. And I've mentioned many times, if anybody's going to chastise me, give me some humble pie, it'll be Crystal. She's got a lot of light, love, and truth. But I'm here to talk about everything in way of, building up your self-esteem, not being robbed of your self-worth. Religion can rob your self-worth, because when you so-called sin and got to confess, you can hit rock bottom and you feel like shit. I'm sort of against that, unless it's a really serious sin or something. I think it's just between you and the Lord, personal relationship, and you've got to make decisions that works for you, that gives you better mental health and all that. I've done the whole righteous thing, of course, not as a born again, but religious. I ended up in hospital. So believe me, from experience, it can work for people who don't know any better, born into a church, silver spoon, mummy, daddy's boy, promised a friggin' Ferrari if they serve their Mormon mission. They don't know nothing about Jesus. They're doing it for a reward, just like a lot of people are. Who cares? We're going to live, man. This life is a time to prepare to meet God. Do not procrastinate your day of repentance. But we can't be robots. We can't just turn our back on the reality of waking up and how we feel, the moods, the hormonal thing, everything. Come on. If you're a loving husband, you accept your wife for purity and impurity, but you don't remain in the impurity or the dark. You own it and return to the light. But make the dark romantic, if you can. But, it's all about the light, yes, and bathing in it for as long as possible. Crystal says, it is funny you mentioned horses. I was watching The Unexplained, and they have a couple episodes of horses. Yeah. I grew up with horses and cattle, and my grandfather was a jackaroo. I just had lunch. I fasted to midday today. Sometimes I go all day. So I should be okay. Have a smoke, so I don't eat any more. No freaking snacks. If I do get a craving for something sweet, I just have peanut butter. Being diabetic, you know. But Carl Jung. Now, there's a wise old owl who preaches these wisdom videos, all about being righteous, pure, and everything. And then he's preaching Carl Jung how to make a relationship work and get all horny and sexual and everything. Complete opposite to some of the things he said. It's his voice on it. He's getting paid, man. I thought this guy was in real life a wise old owl. He's doing a job. He's doing it for money, man. How can people do that? I don't know. How can I mean I admit it. Uh, you know, we've got flaws and things. But this guy came across as so friggin' righteous in the Lord. But he may just be the spokesman over the video, but he's speaking about the Carl Jung thing going into, and yet a few videos back I watched. Oh no, you don't even do oral sex or something. I mean, come on. And now he's saying in this video, representing anything goes as long as people agree to it and return to the light, never hate one another. I do agree with that. Demons will get in. Never use the word hate. Don't say hate your bitch or something. You know, oh, I can't, I love having hateful sex. Man, that's demonic. Don't do that, ever. Demons will get in. They'll take over your body, suck the light out of you, and enjoy the sex too. Never use the word hate. It's always based on love. It's really strange how, you know, I say lust without love is a cursed sin. But there are people that would say porn is better than have an emotional flirt in a coffee shop all day preaching Jesus. And, you know, it's like people say, oh, committing adultery or something. It's friggin' ridiculous, man. The woman can emotionally cheat if they're given the license to do so. A man, no. You're not going to have sex if you can emotionally flirt. But then a fallen condition level, it's still a friggin' sin. Women in this country, in the Western world, prefer a man to, if they're worldly, not Christian, to have lust and everything than have love. I'm the opposite, man. I choose the love. Don't need sex or anything. Just but yeah, the closeness, man. It's that closeness. I mean, well, how do you feel after having sex? You feel this deepness, closeness, connected to nature, God, and everything. That's what we're aiming for. That's the power of creation within us. If you can get there without sex, better. Don't need anyone then. Just need Jesus. But yeah, there are some biological imbalances we have, and we've got to get in touch with ourselves. I mean, literally, touch, but high level, built up like the Gnostics would teach, not lust, not the Puritans. Oh, man, the smoke keeps going out. Roll it too tight. And Carl Jung touches upon all this, but you'll get other videos and that will say, can't do that. Never can you touch yourself. Oh no, that's a cursed sin. Listen, porn's a cursed sin. Don't bring pornography into your bedroom. There is high level. I prefer a woman who touches herself. I don't have to do the sex. I don't have to do anything. I sit back and watch, man. And she's not thinking of anyone, or maybe think of me, but I'm just saying, not that I'm in that situation. Some men would think, oh no, I don't want to be married to a woman like that. Selfish thing. No. If it's high level, no porn, not anything like that, not a bar girl, not a woman who don't drink, smoke, or anything, you could say. No drugs. She has a bit of a vibey. Oh no, you can't bring objects into the room. Oh no, that's a sin. Oh no, you're going to hell. I know there's people come on my channel and they'll be thinking, oh, what's he talking about? Yeah, right. Some expect a performance, intercourse in a marriage, everything. Otherwise, they're useless husband. Others don't want all that penetration. They just want halfway thing and love cuddles and foreplay and everything. To me, that's better. Do that all friggin' day. Don't spill the seed. Hold back as long as possible. Even in a marriage. Anyway, You might think I'm talking garbage, but that's your problem. How's your marriage? Mine's not so well. I'm separated. I mean, I've been living like this for nearly 20 years. So, but plenty of opportunities, more so different cultures. But I'm not crossing the line, man. I show the love. But they might cross the line. See, emotional, deceive, wages of sin is death. But Adam and Eve lived 1,000 years. She still loved Adam the most. Got deceived by bloody Satan. Go back to the ancient text. Emotionally deceptive. Satan took on form a snake. A bloody came a handsome man, and they reckon it was a sexual act in the garden. But you can't tell the straight-laced Christians that. Oh, no, no, no. The Bible doesn't say that. Cain may be the son of Satan, first murderer. I don't know. But lust came into the world through the woman, and Adam didn't want to be alone in the garden, and he partook of the fruit, and then they lived a bloody nearly 1,000 years. So shit happens. See, if a man can have polygamy, which was ancient practice, either God commanded or he allowed it, why can't a woman have more than one husband? But the one who agrees to it, be it a man or a woman, is the king or the queen of queens, king of kings. Always love the person or whoever you're married to as the king of kings, queen of queen. I mean, talking as husband, wife, all right? Jesus is the king of kings. Yeah. Jacob in the Bible favored his younger wife because she gave her kids, sexually and everything. His poor old maid wife, the first one, he couldn't give him children, too old. That's just batshit crazy, isn't it? But the first wife, as far as I'm concerned, who accepts polygamy is the greater. Even Mormons do preach that, the Queen of Queens. Muslims are all equal. And if Muslims don't satisfy their woman sexually, they can divorce them by law. So why am I talking all this sort of stuff? I've been having some dreams, man. I mean, don't talk to me about righteousness and everything because it's about Christ's righteousness. I have been righteous at times and built it up, not even have a smoke, done the whole righteous Mormon thing and everything. And next thing, boom, I've lost $50,000 in a casino. I'm not even drinking or having a smoke. Worse, losing money, throwing away like that when you could have happy ending massages for the rest of your life. Just joking. But you know what I mean? Or, money thrown away like that. See, I used to be a professional gambler. Money could help the poor. And all because I had this built up, but I refused to give in, and I went crazy. See, biologically, it's medical. You can't talk to anyone about this. Mormons teach to tie the kids up, bloody chains and bloody ropes, than ever let them touch themselves. And when they do, they're going to feel so freaking guilty. Some commit suicide, man. Just tell them porn's wrong and tell them that you shouldn't. You should build it up, and it's supposed to be very intimate. There is ancient texts that justify it, but no, the straight-laced Christians will say, you're going to burn, everything, you're going to burn. You just burn going to the Catholic, Mormon, or bloody Protestant church, you're going to burn. It's just got the wrong church, wrong Jesus, whatever. I'm like, mate, come on. If you love God, love your neighbor. You're a loving person. That's a works, but it's not vain. Faith without works is dead, and it's greater than worship all day, bloody lip service, sinner's prayer, and saved by faith and alone and all this, and do absolutely nothing, and actually hate half your neighbors. Cherry pick. See, Carl Jung sort of spoke between the lines. I'm not saying he's any saint because he's not, but there's a lot of wisdoms. They just make you realize that we're human. We're mortal, man. We're not friggin' immortal yet. Crystal says, but I believe if you were never taught to actually love someone or something, it's harder to learn as an adult, let alone understand. That is so true. I had a lot of programming upbringing. I was emotionally abused and everything. I wasn't sexually abused by bloodline, I think, but I was by stranger danger. How that happened, my goodness. My father would make me scrub oil pits when I come home from school. I mean, I had to work. I couldn't even go and have some peanut butter and toast. It's like the spoilt little brat. Kids get hungry, I pissed off one day with me mate Peter, but that was a bad move. He took me to this old prospector's house, smelly old bastard. He gave me $5. He touched me willy. That really messed me up, man. But I got $5 out of it. It happened more than once. I was an idiot. But I was only a kid, 12-year-old. Yeah, that guy should be in prison, but he's dead. Old guy. So what I'm saying is my father emotionally abused me, told me I was a little shit, a lazy little shit. And he caught me masturbating once when I was 12 as well. And he whacked me up and the dog, damaged me. He said, oh, masturbation leads to homosexuality. Well, after bashed me up like that, and I did go to uni and I got stoned off my head, bloody never smoked marijuana, and the bloody nutty professor of music did molest me. Well, I was too bloody stoned off me friggin' head. Only a halfway job, but still, man, disgusting. So, yeah, you bash your kids up for masturbation, they could end up homosexual or kill themselves or something. You gotta be really careful. Gambling and losing money and hating people and blood killing in the name of God and prophets, that's worse. You can let your kids watch horror movies and violence on TV, I think, but you can't even talk about the birds and the bees and what it's all about, you know, the intimate aspect of building up. I mean, I'm talking weeks, months, or whatever, how long it takes. Cycle thing, once a month even. But you can let them watch murder and bloodshed on TV. I mean, end up friggin' criminals. My dad said, oh, sex is nothing but a sneeze. Just sneeze, that's all it is. That's all he taught me. Just a bloody sneeze. Bullshit. See, lust without love is a cursed sin in a relationship committed sexually. But most women in the Western world prefer a man, if she's you know, low standard, to lust rather than love. Why? I prefer a whore than a bloody prostitute. I can't stand prostitutes. Never been with one. Whores give it to you for free, but they love him, and you can marry him and everything, and they turn him into Pretty Woman, like what's his name? Richard Gere, the Buddhist guy, and the actor Julia Roberts was in it. You can really love a whore and change him. Madonna, though she's Jewish, fucked up. Sorry, excuse the French. She said, I'm a lady in the dining room, but I'm a friggin' whore in the bedroom. But then she impressed the father eventually because he was a Jewish moralistic to the core. And all that money she made actually got her father on her side in the end. And she used to sleep with all the guys in the band and everything. They called her Mummy Madonna. Now, I don't justify that, but that empowered them. She's still a slut. Very famous slut. But there are a lot of women that are going to be generations of poverty. Kids are starving, got no teeth, all sorts of things happening, man. I can understand in the third world. I was with a mate. He's married to a communist woman, but not a militant one, not ones that will kill their mother. And I had to go and I said, oh, they're all bloody sluts. And he said, don't you say that. You're talking about my wife. My wife slept around everything before she met me. She had to survive, get rice. I married her and I had a shitty old house, and my white Western woman walked off and pissed off on me because I wasn't rich enough. I bring this communist Chinese one out and she loves me and she cooks for me and makes love to me and everything, and she accepts me, you know? And I'm poor and I'm missing a few teeth or whatever, and she's a bit younger than him, but all legal. He said, don't you say that about Asian woman or whatever. He said, they got to survive. Is there any other way? And they pay the tithing to the Christian ones and end up half. I mean, I've met people that are starving or even commit suicide or something. Brush it under the carpet. They're losers. Yeah, no, they're not. Didn't work, did it? Tithing doesn't work for all. You got to pay a medical bill. You got to do something, man. You try paying tithing, see if you can pay your medical bill or give a heart transplant or something. My father even got it right. I said, Dad, would you sell your house to give Mum an organ transplant? He says, oh, I probably would. No, he's an atheist. And yet there are Christians who say, I'll never sell my house. Let her die. We can't judge. We just, different cultures, see? And different accountabilities. What excuse do we have in the Western world sort of thing, you know? So I sit in coffee shops. I used to. I'm not even doing that. sit in coffee shops and talk about Jesus all day, and of course I fall in love with the Spirit. I fall in love with the light, love, and truth. Big friggin' deal. Sometimes they could be married or not, but it gets a bit risky. But it's just, I'm not doing any harm. That's how I used to live my life. Musically, I never slept around once during my whole entire career. Probably that empowered me to some degree. But the ones that got famous were all sleeping around and got empowered by the devil. I was very romantic. The right sort of person I would be. They're a woman, even if they cheat, they're romantic, which is priceless, really, in the sense that somebody's getting high level. And then if it's a husband or a lover, you get jealous because she's given love to someone else, but she has to love you the most. But I'm not justifying. I'm just saying these people make these choices. I don't know, end up in hell or whatever. But if it was just straight out lust, like it was in the Garden of Eden, it was lust. It wasn't even for money. It was for lust. And there's women that do things for money, but it's not lust so much. It's love before lust. And that's still a sin. But the intent is they want to get out of poverty. Husband agrees to it even. So it's not cheating then, is it? But Christians not allowed to do that. Can't justify it. So I'm just saying. Carl Jung talks about all sorts of things. Crystal says, yeah, she's spoken. 11 people online. Welcome. So I don't know any preacher in the world like me. Honestly. I don't care. I don't care who you are, what you are. It's the gospel of love. The only thing I don't like is hate. When you start hating people, and you actually hate, really hate, and you're friggin' dangerous, you want to shoot people, kill people. I diffuse that. I try to. And if it doesn't work, that's a real danger. You know what? 90% of people diffuse when you show love. 90%, 10% will still kill you. Jesus came for sinners, not saints. Yeah, I know it's do-gooders out there. There's people that just won't talk about this stuff. Like I said, I watch this guy. It's not the TV series Chosen. This is just a guy's voice, and he tells you, you're chosen, or you're pure in heart, righteous, or whatever. But he's a born again. It's like a grace Christian thing. But then he makes a Carl Jung video with his voice and everything, and talking about how we should relieve the stress in marriage and everything. And another video is like, don't even do friggin' oral. He's getting paid, man. I think that's deceptive. Personally, I just admit it. I know you got to read between the lines. Porn is a cursed sin. It can happen. You can repent, but high level, kind of emotionally connected hormonal release built up could take weeks, months, whatever, man. Or you end up in friggin' hospital, mental hospital. You can't talk about this with churches. Oh no, oh they're do-gooders, so they don't do that. Oh no, they don't do that. Shit. Yeah, right. Some probably don't. Well, I'm not doing anything like that. I mean, I'm just building up. But the thing is, I have a smoke. See, that keeps me calm. Actually, that keeps me sane. But I think smoke's costs, But it's not the same. You got an emotional, connected, romantic, loving relationship without sex, but halfway, whatever, massage or something. That's a better deal. That's a better deal than frigging gambling or all that crap and sitting in bars and drinking and drugs and orgies and shit, What is wrong with that? Oh no, it's Christians. Oh no. And if you find somebody that quite happy with that, right? You don't have to perform. You don't even have to get it in. You don't have to be the man in that way. You just share the love, touch and everything, make it work. Can commit, sexually, but in that way. But you still can share the light and love with others. It's just, man, it takes a lifetime sometimes to get it right. I have found women like that. Well, I'm not gonna, not marrying, because other things come into it, complications. I want kids or something, especially if they're younger. There's nothing wrong with that. I have family and everything, but man, come on. I just want to serve the Lord. I want a companionship course. I want to do missions. Somebody has a passion for the Christ. And after the release or something, halfway job, whatever, I know it sounds hypocrisy, but I can talk about Jesus all day, even when that happened. Because it's not fornication. It's not even it's a form of adultery or fornication. You're not really doing anything. You could do it yourself. Oh no, that's better than I don't know, man. Friggin' hell. I mean, I can't afford massages here. It's about $100 every friggin' time, and it's normal massages. I mean, buddy, I did all the happy ending Thailand thing, and I have no interest in it now. I got no interest in it. People still doing it in the friggin' 90s. Get real. End up friggin' zombies. You've got to put the Lord first. You can outgrow a lot of things, The most important thing in a relationship is communication. Talk about it. And not to judge and just say, well, you filthy, rotten sinner like me. Come back to the light, darling. What a beautiful relationship that is. Just come back to the light. You're an ugly bugger on the lower level. You're a beast. Come back to the light. You're more handsome. That's a compliment. Things like that. Don't break up over that. But if there's hate, your marriage has had it. Don't hate. Never hate. The woman married you. You married her. Why should you hate each other? Oh, because you're not righteous enough. Or you're not a saint. Or you fell from the priesthood of the Mormon church. Oh, you're, divorce. God hates divorce, man. It can happen. There is reasons for justification. My temple wife, used to come to the bloody big resort where I was performing piano and start knitting for the next baby coming along. She just loved having babies. We only had 2, but one died. That was the end of it. Couldn't get pregnant. And all the girls there that was sort of flirting because I never slept with them. All these glamorous queens. I says, where's that friggin' thing over there? Knitting away in a resort and looking around saying, look at these slut bitches and everything. I'm putting out the vibe. I couldn't even play the piano properly. It was just my job, man. It's what I do. I'm a professional entertainer. Oh, man, the jealousy. Oh, God. You better marry somebody who accepts you as a bloody movie star or a bloody entertainer or something. I don't justify them sleeping around. But sure, they're going to be attracting attention, a bit of romance here and there. Romance the stone. Some of these actors actually used to do sex for real in the movies and then go back to their wife. But I think they sort of, it's got rules now. They make it look like it. They're doing it, but they're not. Wouldn't worry me at all. If I love somebody, it's evenly balanced. No matter if it's 1,000 women, I always choose the person who understands, communicates, and doesn't get negative soul jealous. Positive soul jealous is all right. Don't mind people being positive soul jealous. That's between them and God if they lust. When I brought my family up from India, because it's, like Muslim and Hindu and the Christian thing, whatever over there, it's hardly a beach. It's a filthy beach anyway, and they're all covered with veils and things. I brought my family out here, went down the beach, and I started looking around, looking at the beauty of beach bums and all that. That's what Aussies do. Nothing more. I had no intention of cheating. And I remember I was attacked for that by the wife and the stepdaughter. It looked at me like I was, never could I even fix the problem. It was like, oh, is that what Aussies do? Is that what Western people do? Man, I'm just sitting looking at bloody bathers and think, give me a fashion show any day. In the Mormon church had a big pageant, beauty contest, and a Mormon was in it. And the prophet, or he was apostle at the time, he went to it with his counselor. And the counselor said, oh, look at their legs, it's so beautiful. Other words, sexy. He turned around and said, yeah, they do have beautiful faces. He wasn't looking at the legs. But I was. But anyway, oh, man, yeah, you cover yourself. It's all right. Yeah, don't lust after my wife, some of these religious people, but they go home and bash them up and do all sorts of rough sex. Look, you can look, but don't touch. As my dad taught me. Look, but don't touch. Just don't put your hands on, or you'll have to fight me. Yeah. So I'm not a negative soul jealous person. I like a bit of jealousy, but I like it positive, not negative, all right? Not hateful, spiteful. Anyway, Crystal says, what does passion towards Christ look like for you? Have you ever tried to describe that? Oh, and before that, she says, so can people follow through with secrets? I think they can, but again, it's a vivid memory for me. Well, I better read these first, Crystal. Your comments. My answer to that was I was never promised. It was more secrets than promises, and those secrets can often be taken to the grave. Oh, what's this? Oh man, you've written a lot of comments. I was asked a question during our Bible studies here, and okay, what's one promise you were told where the person followed through? I believe it was mind you, we were learning John chapter 14. Okay, what secrets and things. First of all, you have to desire something which could lead to corruption. You've got to take care of it. If you don't have the desire, you're far gone. There are people like that, unfortunately, but they could do a lot of love and charity, or they turn bitter and angry and hateful, spiteful, call themselves saints. Secret desire, well, again, as much as taboo is this thing about emotional love and connection, because women can cheat emotionally. Men, you let them emotionally share love. 90% won't do sex. They'll be faithful to their wife. It's just the way a guy is. Give them their ego. Let them float. let the secretary make coffee and bring lunch, and yeah, or your wife can bring Vegemite bloody lizard sandwiches, or you get a big bloody pot of nice soup or something from the secretary. Okay, look, you're going up the ranks. You're a big business company owner. I don't justify fire. Ego is ego, but I wouldn't break up over it. My dad had movie star type model because he was running a big bloody car yard of Japanese. He was the service mechanic and thing. And this model, for years, cooked him food, lunch, flirted with the mechanics. Dad never, ever crossed the line. And Mum found out one day, I think they hired Bette Midler and everything come up. A big multi-million-dollar company. Paid her big money or something. And Mum saw it, anyway, she figured it out. She made life such hell. My dad had to leave the job. He got sick and he started to die. And Mum, as loyal and faithful as she is, just make sandwiches with us, with all crap in it. I mean, that's just how it was. My dad was eating well and everything. He didn't sleep with her or anything. I don't know. It's just an ego thing. It's on a different level, and you don't cross the line. Well, if you cross the line, you've got to answer. Marriage can break up. I don't know. Can guys do it? I can. I used to. Oh no, just to be nice to somebody who wants to flirt with you, but you don't really want to flirt back. But is that's adultery or something? Look, you'd be all prim and proper and everything. If it's not in your nature, because most nature, human nature, you get sick, you die. The secret is you have a certain need, and it's biological, it's hormonal, everything, and you suppress it, oppress it, whatever. If it's a need, if it's not a need, and you're just trying to understand what's all this, what's he talking about? You can be so damaged that you'll never get fulfilled in this life. In the next, yes, but not this life. All lack will be restored. Just got to be honest. A man's always trying to perform or satisfy and everything, but the woman deep down knows it's bullshit. She just getting a bit of attention. It's just lacking and come together. Two halves, you know. Two whole people coming together is a better choice. First of all, you need the Lord. Number one, you need God. More than you need any person or human being. And then you have a desire. It's your deep, darkest, not dark secret, but you actually really loving secret is you want to be with someone. You pray about it. That's something really important to some people. Other people don't care. And without it, you're going to mess up, man. You're going to mess up. You're going to have a fall. You're going to, who knows? Something could happen. Even porn can come into it, but whatever. I mean, the Gnostics refused to marry in the Catholic Church, and they were murdered for that, for adultery. They received revelation to shake up. They're not going to marry in the Catholic Church. It was justified as revelation. True or not, I don't know. Don't care. And they were Puritans, not lustful. Only did make love for intimacy or having children. Most of it was halfway foreplay thing. So you could take things literally if you want, end up a dried up old bloody battered, bitter nun. If they're looking beautiful and gorgeous, you know, well, that's working, isn't it? If it's not working, you're turning into a bloody dry old grape, vinegar tits. Oh, but it's for the Lord, I'm going. Well, go home then. Go home to the Lord. If a person wants to be with somebody, you better read up a bit about Jung or about relationships and things. If you want that, and of course, God doesn't give you what you want. He gives you who you are. If you're a whore, but you're a loving whore, you kind of want to love the Lord and everything, but you got sinful issues in that. But it's not based on lust. It's based on love, but lust comes into it. You're not looking at your watch and saying, time's up, piss off. No, it's cold, mate. I can't stand prostitutes. The whore has got more likely to get a better life than a bloody prostitute. And then come under Christ and everything, and maybe you'll clean the act. I don't know, clean up the act. There were just people in those situations, man. The church don't talk about it. We don't want you. It's a museum for saints, not a hospital for sinners. I've seen whores become absolutely beautiful. They become missionaries and everything. Or couple missions, whatever. When the Mormon church, it's all about marriage and couple. They did a few wrong things, but they say if you die in your sins, you had it. Well, what sins? What are you talking about? There's sins and there's cursed sins. Oh, but sin is sin, not justified. Well, you go out there and get party drugs and put needles in your arm and go and prostitute around and have orgies and all sorts of things. Go and have sex with animals like I've seen in some of these elite clubs. Disgusting. Movie stars and everything. Billionaires. Go and do that then. Or you're just going to go and find somebody really loving, kind and gentle and intimate and slip up, right? Is that the same sin as the other one? You see, you got to get it. Jung will say, no, it's different. Killing the name of God and prophets. Oh, that's better than bloody making love to somebody that you're sexually committed to faithfully, right? Sexually. That's a marriage. It's destiny. Make it work. But then you don't split up for sharing light, love, and truth. You stay faithful sexually, but all sorts of reasons, excuses to split up. I'll grab the phone now. 10 people online. So Crystal, that's that one, and you mentioned a couple of things there. Take secrets to the grave and all this. I'm not. That's all out exposed, mate. Crystal says, what does passion towards Christ look like for you? My situation is deadly because I was half killed, or was accident killed, but didn't brain dead. I've had so much torture, even by terrorists. I have been, what do you call it? Hostage, is that what you call it? My wife, war correspondent, I went through hell. There's no sex then. I tell you what, it was dead. It was living in fear. And not only that, the fear was so bad that it attracted demons. And then I had supernatural experiences. Out of the two, I prefer the demons, supernaturally, than real life people with machine guns trying to kill you. So I went through a complete sexless time. And so I had to turn to Christ, and I wasn't even born again, and I am now. But now that I'm born again, I went through all of that shit. Man, I am grateful. I embrace the safety of a safety net where two people don't want to rush in sleep, get in the sex, but can show love, married or not. You can call that adultery, whatever. I don't believe in such thing as spiritual adultery. There is sexual adultery, but not spiritual adultery. That's what I believe. Mate, anything but war and terror and bloodshed. It's just, there's just high level. And that high level is unconditional love. It's different, you know. My grandmother was unconditional love. That's why I live with her. Tin roof, everything. My father was up in the world. I had no music. Don't want a dog. Kill the dog, he did. Everything. Get rid of this. Because my grandmother ended up like the bikies mum, but you know, but no fights, nothing. She told me once, "Oh, Daryl, you're more my grandson," but she did said some silly things. She said, I love you more than Pop. Pop's a bloody drunk. He goes out, he work hard. He honest, faithful man. No, you know, no sex, sexless, whatever. And she just sort of like said, Daryl, if I were, you know, I just love you so much as my grandson and everything. She was sexless, pretty sexless herself. I mean, she was an old bat, you know, but man, she just loved me to death. She'd even gamble with the horses and win just to get me some ties, bald ties, so I didn't get picked up by the cops and everything. When she did it for herself, she'd lose. She was always trying to help me, man. She practically worshipped me, but then she became a Christian in the end and got baptized and everything. So something got through. Massive funeral, beautiful. People bear testimony, cry their eyes out, everything. Lovely person she was. But she might have loved me more than her own husband. Loved her grandson. Look, there are people, and my son will be pissed off I said this. He said that he loves the daughter more than he loves his wife, and the wife loves the daughter more than she loves him. That's the arrangement. Romance is dead, man. Look, God comes first. Wife, family comes second. Then your kids, and so forth. Some people get married, they love their kids more than love each other. Well, I don't want to be in that situation. My grandmother didn't care. I mean, she loved me more than loved old Pop. Drunken old Pop. So, what are your dark secrets and stuff? What do you need? All right, don't justify chains and whips and all that nonsense because it's free. You don't need to tie anyone up. That's abuse. That's shit. Even if you agree to it. I don't care which hole you put it in. Nothing forbidden in the bedroom. I don't care. I mean, like I said, I heard this bloody wise guy. He speaks to the chosen, like don't even do oral. It's impure or whatever. Next thing he's saying, do this, do that. It's like what a hypocrite. I mean, he's getting paid for it. No, I've got no worries about that as long as it's agreed upon. But don't bring porn into it. Don't bring any of that into it. It's between you and your husband, wild sex kind of thing, passionate. I've already talked about it many times. Wife had a headache, migraine. Paying passionate love, got rid of the headache, went to church, and my brother come up to me and says, man, you must be abstaining from sex and fasting. I mean, the light's shining out of your ass, brother. No, I was doing sex, man, before church. Not every time. There's a time to abstain. God can use a happy marriage, man. You know that? God doesn't hate sex. He just hates porn. He hates all that crap. So there you go. Medical, therapeutic, stress release. Men don't always have emotional connection. Come home from a hard day's work. Woman understands. Okay, get it off. Get it on. Get it on and get it off. But don't stay there. A man must reward that wife, that beautiful queen, for enjoying that little bit of wild passion. I'll fight over it. Because if a woman doesn't want all that because she's sort of raped or molested by a stepfather, I don't want it, that sort of man, then you should have talked about that before you got friggin' married. See? Well, blind faith, naive, my ass. You talk about it, man. You better make sure. Every time you get all aggressive or a bit sort of, manly, oh no, I want girly boy. Oh, I used to hang around transvestites and that because they were much nicer, and they can be too. I want you to be a bloody girl. This woman today prefer a girly boy than a bloody masculine man. Oh no, masculine men, they're all bloody football players and shit. I don't get into sport. I had a broken back. I was a motorbike champion. I put the woman first. I don't run off with the boys and play sport. Even when she's got a period, I'll hang around like a bad smell because she's got a bad smell too. Some women want to have sex during the period, but that's forbidden. The Muslims definitely disagree with that one. That's unholy. I don't know about that. Okay, fair enough. There has to be some limit. But I don't leave, man. I can go in a room and play music or something, you know. So I'm not a person to walk away too easily. I'll tell you. I mean, I used to travel a bit and everything, and of course did that. Wife wouldn't come with me, and then come back and say, "What are you up to? What have you been up to? You've been screwing around with me," and I hadn't. And there's fights and things going on. I'll come back from Thailand once, Borderland, and the custom officer looking me right in the eye, a woman, like checking me out, psychology, reading me, body language. She says, "What are you doing in Thailand for that amount of my time?" And I just said, "Oh, I was doing Buddhist thing, and my mate ended up coming back Buddhist and retreat, give up alcohol, whatever." It was a sort of therapeutic thing. The guy behind me with a frigging ponytail and his wife waiting outside the frigging airport. He was funny. He was straight laced. His wife knew everything what he was up to. And she said, "What do you do? What did you do in Thailand for 3 months?" "Oh, screwing around, everything." And my wife's waiting out the front to pick me up, and she agreed to it. Yeah, she just the custom officer was shocked. He was honest. He went to Thailand for bullshit. I don't justify that, but I could say massage all that sort of thing, but not sleeping around. Crazy guy, going to hell probably, but his wife agreed to it. See, there are crazy things that are not justified. But as far as massage goes, yeah. Well, if the wife can't massage you, or you can't massage the wife, and you love massages, you got a problem. You better go and do a course. I did a course. Unfortunately, the first course I did was some French bitch stripped my pants off without asking, practically raped me in front of everybody, showed my bare ass and started rubbing it. Now it's your turn to do it. And then I had to do her ass. And then everybody did everybody's asses. And the Japanese girls, they put a bloody Japanese curtain up. They're not going to show their friggin' ass. No, they're very intimate with the right person, man. That's illegal now. She would pull me pants down. But I became a qualified masseur. Funny, eh? Now, do you believe people have different levels of passion towards Christ? No, that's a good question. You've asked that. Six people like. Yeah, suffering did it for me. So much suffering, mate, you just want to take your life or you're going to be shot dead or something. So I really embrace an outlet for passion. First, Jesus, sharing love, light, and truth without having sex, unless you're committed sexually to someone in or out of a marriage, but you should be married. But reasons why you cannot, you work that out. But I'm not doing all that, but I've done it. But I think war and terror, bloodshed, my own father murdered by bloody communist terrorists, and man, you hit rock bottom, you just want to die, man. So you need a spark. You need to spark it up, mate. There's nothing more spark than meeting somebody that understands you and gets you, but doesn't force you to cross the line. But all these do-gooder, righteous Christians will say, "Oh, look at them, look at them, look at them. It's all about sex or something." No. But Western women very hard. I mean, or Australian Western women, very, very hard. Once you hit over 40, they prefer younger men with muscles and party and whatever. Now, I'm a bit of a crocodile Dundee, crocodile Kirky, and motorbike champ and everything. And I went out on the date with this European girl once. Bloody snob she was. Sat there and we talked about it. And she says, "Oh, you're an adventurous person. That's the type of man I'm looking for. Now, tomorrow we're going to jump out of a frigging plane and go bloody, what do you call it? Parachuting or something, or skydiving." I said, "I don't do that shit. I'm not paying all that money just for a bloody thrill." Or bungee jump or something. I'll give me a motorbike any day. I'll jump a cliff. But she called me bloody gutless. She said, "Oh, you're not adventurous. You're a coward." And she just walked off and left me, man. I bought a bottle of wine and a few things. Piss off, you European bitch. There, use me up. Paid for the night, about $100 meal. Get real. I'm a motorbike friggin' champion. Horse riding, everything. I mean, I don't jump out of airplanes. I don't want it. My uncle turned 90. He jumped out of a plane. He loved it. That was his birthday wish. Good on him. He's dead now, I think. So, what an insult.
It's like $300 or $400 for a bungee jump, for a thrill, like a few minutes. Stuff I ride a motorbike all friggin' day, fall off and everything. So women like adventurous men in a lot of ways. They want men to chase them because otherwise, like a kitten dangling string on the table, playing with it, falls off the table, it goes all still. You know, the snake is not moving and the kitten walks away bored. And a woman gets very bored if a man's not being chased. Man can chase a woman too, but that's all worldly stuff. It's good. You should chase each other, really. They want all this adventure stuff, right? A woman prefers younger men, and men prefer younger women. But I've known people in their 40s, they can't get another woman. But in the Muslim world, man, I love their arranged marriages. This guy deaf and dumb and everything. A dumb bugger. We inherited all the property, and they arranged a marriage to this beautiful Muslim princess. Yeah, in Australia, mate, he's deaf and dumb. Yeah, get stuff. We don't want you, ugly bastard. You get no one, man. He might as well turn to friggin' porn. He got nothing. You see what I'm getting at? So the Muslims got more sense. Bloody Hindus have got more sense. Arranged marriages, it can work, it can backfire too. Because my Bollywood so-called wife, she was arranged marriage. She got bashed up on a wedding night, and that's how bad that was. So it backfired on her. She was 13, and he was 37. Yeah, and he looked like Sylvester Stallone, but an Indian dark version. She never enjoyed sex in her life, not even with me, because she's too damaged. And then expected, get over it, don't worry about it, forget about it. For years, I wandered, but I crossed the line a couple of times. Oh, no, that was before I had the daughters. No, not with her. No, I crossed the line a few times, but not in. I won't go into detail. Stuffed up a bit, but man, don't tell me. Don't worry about it. You don't need sex. Don't even masturbate. That's it. Don't do anything. Just be a goody goody. Bullshit. I'm not good. I'm not a goody goody. Jesus said, "I'm good but God." If I want to be, if I end up a goody goody, without without trying to make myself good or perfect, I'll wake up and I'll just be like that, But if you're a goody goody, all the righteous in the world, and you don't really love people, you kind of hate them. Every time you say something, you say a loving thing, and you got to finish up with saying something nasty, a bit like a narcissist. All control. Oh, but you hurt me because we weren't rich enough. You never give enough money. I could have married a billionaire. Oh yeah, I've heard that story before. Yeah, well, why didn't you? Why didn't you? Well, I don't trust a man with money like that. Well, then get stuff. I'm not a billionaire. I couldn't satisfy you, could I? And the billionaire turns around, emails me, this is back early days, and says, I'll give you $3 million to give her up. What? My father said, take the money. I said, no, that's bullshit. But she's too good for you. And it turned out her and my dad could have got it off because pride, real prim and proper. Speak highly of my father, but poor mother, she's just a Viking. She's just an English problem. Rough. But I've heard some good comments lately, like oh no, your mother's the best mother-in-law I've had, and this sort of thing. But always bitchy and paranoid, thinking things. But my dad was perfect. My dad was not friggin' perfect. I met him in hell. Emotionally abuser. But he was an honest man. And he provided, he gave us everything. He brought me a motorbike when I was 10. I mean, he was a good guy. And he used to drink on the weekends, never touch anything during the week, not even smoke. And we couldn't wait because he was a bloody nice father when he had a drink. When he didn't have a drink, he's a bastard. Just whack us up, man. Let's put this on the stand here. There we go. What's Crystal's got to say? How would you describe soul passion? Do you believe that the kind of passion can be saw with or through the human eye's lens? I think in a different way. Spirit, soul, and body. I'm aware of a spirit. Even the spirit has a passion, but it's so unconditional. It's not lust for anything. I feel that filtering through me. Even blesses my soul if I cooperate. But it's higher level of the soul. You can go below where, light and dark's not going to meet. Not like that. Lens of an eye or something through the human eye. How would you describe the soul passion? A soul passion. All right. Do you believe that kind of passion can be sought with or through the? Be sought, be seen. Saw, I think. You've got to see the spirit in the person, even your own lover. And if you can't see that, you're not aware of that, you haven't awoken. And then you touch upon that. If that person is so blocked in the soul domination of spirit, you're never going to get fulfilled. And all the flare of being molested or raped or stepfather shit and all this going on, it's going to flare up. If that person's not aware of his spirit and cannot speak from the level of spirit, then you're not going to trust him in the soul. Because spirit is supposed to lead the soul, not the soul lead the spirit. Most women feel very safe around me, very protective. It's just the religious ones will say, well, the Bible says this, the Bible says that. But I don't hide behind the Bible. I can be a hypocrite in other ways, but I'm not part of any church at the moment. I'm a bit of a lone ranger. I'm an outsider. To me, where two or more gather, that's sufficient for me, especially if it's your own partner or wife or something. But if you don't have that, it's friggin' hard. If you desire that, if you don't desire it, no problem. Just don't dry up like a bloody, what do you call it? Dry up like a withering worm or end up with vinegar tits. Passion is a beautiful thing if it's used for the right way. So is money's not a bad thing. Love of money is a cursed sin. You got to really help the poor. You got to get rich and then do all stupid things. You don't know until you get it, do you? Hey, handsome, says Tenu. Welcome to my channel. Crystal says, do you believe people have different levels of passion towards Christ, and do you think they appear different? For example, spiritual passion. First of all, you got to be aware of a spirit. Otherwise, you're going to be speaking from the level of soul. There's soul light too, that can be wickedly deceptive, the heart, bewitching and everything. If it comes from spirit, the light is brighter. How can I put it? You fall in love with their eternal spirit, and then you work from there through the levels. Right? So, of course, any woman with any spiritual common sense will be attracted to a man like that. Some will say, piss off, don't get religious on me. It's not religion. This is not religion. A really true, pure-hearted woman would understand and really desire this. And then she might desire sex and everything, but you say, well, no, it hasn't been a year. Give it a couple of years, see what happens. No. Next thing, give us a child, she says. Whatever. Look, stop this. Unless you're actually married or you're going to build a family and build a house, you're friends. You could be best friends. Get over it. I don't want to miss out. Oh, no, that's what the devil wants. He wants to make you think you're missing out, man. Forever is happening right now. Seize the moment. Don't worry about the future or the past. The future is happening now, man. To love somebody in the spirit is greater than raising a family on the lower level of the soul, live a bullshit life, and happiness that comes to an end was never really happiness. A whole entire life. But to get to know somebody in spirit is quality. It's an eternal moment. The eternal flame. That's the eternal flame. There's an eternal flame, they call it in the soul too. But it's very worldly. Quick to judge and quick to divorce, quick to this, quick to that. It's a romance, but it's not. It's worldly. And a lot of it's based on money and security. Hey, what's that? Hey, somebody. Hey, uncle, I think she said. By Asin. Esin, welcome to my channel. new people coming on today. Crystal says, what does passion towards Christ look like? Yeah, I've read that one. You have ever tried to describe that? Yeah, passion of Christ. He suffered. And if you don't repent of certain sins, you suffer like Christ. And I have. I must have been pretty bad, but not as bad as Hitler. Man, I suffered like I had nail prints in my hands. That's all Catholic thing, isn't it? Slip on a bed, nails, everything. But the Mormon thing, get away from all that. Oh no, it's a resurrected Jesus, living Christ. Don't worry about all that bad and nail stuff. That's all Catholic. But I did go through it, and I had to put on a brave face, but a white suit. I go to church like, oh, no, it's all right, all good. I go home and I'm bloody getting jabbed up the arse by a bloody pitchfork from out, symbolically, well, demonically. You couldn't talk about it, man. It was a cover up, cover up, cover up, cover up. Yeah, what makes a person a hypocrite? I'll tell you straight out. If you don't love all your neighbours, you only love half, tell the others they're going to burn in hell. Have nothing to do with them. Wipe the dust from your feet. Piss off. Go commit suicide. We don't care. Walk past a wounded man, get into the temple, whatever. Oh, that's a hypocrite. That's the first number one hypocrite. Kicked out of the Baptist Church Cross for life. Bloody hypocrites. Even the Mormon Church will take you back. Even though they bloody batshit bloody self-righteous at the time. Broke my marriage. I just go back alone. I've got a wife, don't want to go back there. Even though they're getting really sweet on the grace now after finding all these years. It's a church you want to be a family, man. You don't want to be a single bloody priest in the Mormon church, man. And you end up in some lesser heaven. Highest heaven, but on lesser degrees, like 3 degrees in each heaven. Oh, goodness gracious me, got to be married to get to their heaven. Go through life thinking you're missing out. Where's my wife? Not fair. Oh, you'll get somebody else hereafter. I don't want anyone else. You'll have a person, you're not thinking, oh, I want somebody else. Stop polygamy. You want to be with your best friend. Don't worry, don't join a church for all that nonsense. You love the Lord. You're a bride, you're the bride of the bridegroom. A church, what church? Well, yeah, right. A church that hates its neighbour. Yeah, that's certainly the bride, isn't it? Jesus said, don't hate anyone. You Baptists out there, you love me, man, give me a call. You got my number? Give me a call. Not one of you, buggers. Not one of you. Hypocrites. Oh, but you preached, what's his name? Aaron Apke about the Essenes and the followers of the way. And that the works of bloody love God, love your neighbour, that's works. Only faith alone saves, lip service, sinner's prayer, and worship all day, whatever. All street preaching, sending people to hell. But you're preaching another gospel. You're preaching works. I said, look, those works are more important than what you're doing, because loving God, love your neighbour is a works. And there's people that are not fully activated grace Christian. They're going to heaven, mate. But you don't love your neighbour. Yeah, you're living for dead. I don't care about your bloody saved by grace, faith, whatever. You love your neighbour? If you don't, fully, cherry pick. Yeah? So works is important. Those sort of works, not vain works. And the Essenes were taught that. And he says, oh, he's not born again. He's not saved. He's going to hell. You look up Aaron Apke. You look up Aaron Apke. Is that the word? Yeah, Aaron. AARON APKE. It's called The Followers of the Way. Now, those videos have helped me more than most of them. Okay, he did become vegetarian, not that it's command. He was a bodybuilder, muscle builder, everything, all filled with toxin. Took him 3 years. And the scenes were taught, if you're going to be murderous, intent, bloodthirsty, bloody killing the name of God, prophets, you got that mad thought, give up meat. It's got bad karma in it. Or pray, and if you do eat meat and you're calm, cool, and collective, at least pray over it. Because you don't hear vegetarians and vegans going around mass murdering, right? Pretty much everybody in prison that's a murderer is a meat eater. But it's not forbidden. It's the Bible says anyone that forbids meat is not Christian, so it's okay. It's their choice. But he's a great guy, and he's all healthy, and he's got wife, family, kid, everything. Aaron Abke, and all the lost books of the Bible and everything, all the fruits of the Spirit, the love, the equality for women, everything. Man, come on. Why are you ignoring that? Oh, we didn't get the Bible. It's got to be bullshit. Man, the Catholic Church took them out. You dumbasses. 14 of them. Gnostics were killed for that too. They preserved some of it. Book of Thomas, Book of Enoch, Book of Mary Magdalene. Why didn't he get the Bible in? We God stuff up. No, he didn't. Not supposed to hide behind the Bible or Bible study. Get out of your head into your heart. The word is written upon your heart. It's beyond the piece of word, beyond the Bible in sense. It's your living scripture within you. Your testimony is more valuable than preaching all that fire and hell, brimstone, telling people going to hell and killing in the name of God prophets and stoning your bloody wife to death for adulteress. I mean, come on. You can read it. I read the Bible back to front, and the Book of Mormon, and the Quran. I read it all. The fruits of the Spirit, the beatitudes of the mouth, the footprints, the wisdoms, the understandings, leaning upon God's understanding, not yours. I mean, it's all there. The Psalms, everything. Man, it's beautiful. Love the Bible. Passion for the Christ. Not passion for the Bible. The Bible's not your weapon. I mean, you don't use it as a weapon. Bible's not it doesn't become an idol. You don't hide behind the word that way. You put the Bible down and help a wounded man. Stop in the middle of a sermon, pray over a man. He's a mad crazy person walking on, you help. Oh no, piss off. You're bloody upsetting the congregation. What's the church for, man? Go on with your complacency. You just never know. It can happen. And that's your test. You failed. Kick him out. Or ask him to leave. Or call the police on him. If he's not waving a weapon in his hand. But even then, no, I wouldn't. No, not in the church. Not the church. In public, down the bloody beggar's street corner or something. As I mentioned, the guy went up and gave his woman a hug. She had a knife and everything. He didn't care. He was a bloody brave heart, mate. His mother told him he was a useless bastard. And she was in the Mormon church and everything. It turned out he just loved people and saved her life that very day. She's going to kill herself. He picked the right one. Because I found out when he rang up, the mother said, oh no, she's still alive. He was going to kill herself. You don't have to come around. She's saved. You brought her to Christ, mate. Good on you, mate. Then he went into all that healing stuff with Ricky and kinesiology and all this, working with the energy and unblocking people that got trapped in programming, being molested, all sorts of madness from the programming. See, what's religion going to do? Cover it up. Cover it up. Oh, yes, cover it up. We don't talk about that shit. Just get over it. Do it. Just get over it. And take the abuse, even if the accusation against you is not true. Just listen to us. We're the leaders. We got the keys of authority. We've got the keys of the authority of the Melchizedek priesthood. We bind and sell. Yeah, I don't follow that Melchizedek. I follow Melchizedek of ancient times, where they roar in the spirit, rebuke demons and everything. If you can't cast a demon out of a fly's arsehole, what useless priesthood is that? I care based upon the rock of Peter of Mormon priesthood or bloody counterfeit, bloody Catholic priesthood. And it was the Melchizedek priesthood of the of that time. The Jews killed Jesus with his own priesthood. They're from the bloodline of Abraham. They said, we're children of God. No, you're not. Piss off. Vipers. Vipers. I know you're not. And they were bloodline there. Anyway, we're talking about the passion of the Christ. We're talking about passion for one another in ways of showing love. Am I missing comments? I can scroll down again. How would you describe soul passion? Done that. Crystal says, very, very true. I like how you responded to that question. Sorry, I'm asking on a high, spiritual level, speaking tonight, but lack of human understanding in parts. Well, of course, the soul knows nothing. It doesn't even know what love is. Your spirit understands it. You have to resonate, get into alignment. You might have to have a dream about it to sharpen your intuition. And look, I'm very aware of it, but I'm speaking intellectually, and that's. I don't want to be a hypocrite, but a lot of stuff that I know in the spirit, I should be in the spirit preaching this, but I'm taking a gamble here because people can judge very easily. I just know in the spirit. I know nothing in the soul, but I am interpreting what I do know in spirit. In the soul, forever learning. forever trying to get it right. You're not perfecting the soul. You're perfecting. You go into perfection by surrendering your earthly soul logic, your own righteousness, and everything. Though there is things you can clean up in the soul: negative karma, diet, all that sort of thing, abuse, whatever. Yeah, there is soul cleansing. There's no doubt about it. A little bit of perfection going on there, but perfection is in the spirit. Do you believe in love? Can you? Can you? Is a name. I believe in love. As I mentioned just moments ago, in the spirit we know what love is. In the soul we don't. I believe in spirit love is the true love. And I had a near-death angel experience. I had brain damage, everything, man. Though I excelled, went up to uni, became a teacher, and everything, but it took me a lot longer. I have a bit of a dyslexic problem. People say, oh, you're not educated, you know what he's talking about. No, I do, but it's just, it doesn't come out right. I know what love is in the spirit. As Forrest Gump said in that movie, oh, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know on what you're going to get. He ends up a bloody war hero, full of love. Saved that bloody sergeant's ass in the war. You know? Carry him out of the field. Been shot at. You've got to separate lust from the love. Lust without love is a cursed sin. Love, there is maybe a little bit of lust in marriage and stuff. There are some religions say, oh no, you got to get rid of that. I mean, outside of a marriage, yeah, orgies and sex, drugs, rock and roll, what do you call it? Drinking in bars, getting pissed, sleeping around, man, that's a cursed sin. Got to help if you don't repent. In a marriage. But the love aspect of it is your spirit is so powerfully, it should lead the soul, not lead the spirit. Otherwise, soul can lead your spirit down to hell. Your spirit gives a sort of a command, and your wife understands it, and you get out of the mud, even if it's wild, passionate sex. That is not the level of true love. It's just biological, hormonal stress release. Don't stay there more than 3 hours, 3 days. But woman love the beast and all this, but it is death to the creature. The Bible says, but process for most people, otherwise it will bicker and make trouble against your spirit. You'll slip, trip, have accidents. It's a terrible beast, but it's not evil. It's basic instinct. But if you hate it, demons will get in. Yeah. And it's the dead are conscious of nothing. That part of you is very real. It dead, man. It dead. It don't even soul. No purgatory, nothing. Not for the beast. It dead. It only has this life. You got to cooperate. Now, you can say soul must follow. No, I got it back to front. Oh, the devil gets in every time. The head must follow the heart, not the heart follow the head. But what heart? We're talking heart and spirit. If you follow the heart, wickedly deceptive heart of the soul, you can start justifying sleeping around, but you're doing it out of love. You know, I mean, unfaithful and everything. No, don't bring the sexual thing into it. Love, it's okay. I don't really call that adultery. Get over it. But don't cross the line. If you've got a sexual partner, you're committed, married or not. Do not cheat sexually. Hey, but love, whatever. I come from a church full of bloody ex-polygamists, polygamy in heaven, everything. Where what they do believe you treat the queen, the one that accepts polygamy, the first one, is the queen of queens. The others are maids. Oh shit! All the ugly ones, they don't miss out because they end up becoming goddesses. They become Mormon church. And they're beautiful in heaven. Everybody is. So what the question again was, yeah. Anyway, Crystal's back. She's a very high level. Yeah. True, I like your respond to that question. I'm asking on a high level, speaking tonight, but lack of human understanding in parts. So Tanya, I do believe in love. And love can lead to the most intimate sexual relationship, committed, faithfully. But you're not going to break up over sharing love, but you don't share your bedroom. You get it? So don't break up over it. Men and women got to understand that. But women can generally cheat emotionally when men give them a license. They just want a bit of ego flirt. They're not going to sleep with anyone. 90%. woman can fall in love with another and piss off and leave the man, more richer, more spiritual, more emotional. Eh? You've got to understand how human nature works. Just always love your best friend the most. Share your love around, but don't sleep with anyone that unless a woman can have more than one husband, which is not biblical. Then you could say, oh well, would I accept that? Yeah, I would accept that. If it was biblical, it said woman can have more than one husband, a man can have more than one wife. Yeah, I'd accept that. But I'd want her to love me the most because I accepted it. Otherwise, it would be batshit bloody jealousy, of course. Have babies and everything. The other husband. Anyway, that's not biblical. Crystal says, can you? If that question is for me, I have not been taught what love is. So for me, it's harder to learn as an adult. I had the love of my grandmother unconditionally. I had some form of love. If I didn't have my grandmother, I don't think I'd be here today. And she was the poorest, but the most humble. Now, I see a lot of light around Crystal, and I see her spirit. In her soul, she's got issues, just so have I. Everybody does. And it could mess up relationship because don't touch me, or no, or whatever. I don't like all that stuff. Messy. Well, I'm sort of I was a halfway man, so I would say don't force me to have sex fully. Let's just hold cuddle. I don't care if take a naked shower together. It doesn't have to be lustful in that sense. Sure, you can admire the beauty if you're committed faithfully, and it might lead to something, But if you've been raped or something, because I have by a guy when I was 17, bloody bastard. But anyway, I prefer give me a woman any day. I don't like guys touching me. I used to have a massage parlour. I mean, I got highly qualified masseur. Bloody all guys. Give or take one or two women, but normally ones hairy ones, I mean, they're all friggin' guys everywhere coming to me. I had to stop, man. It made me want to vomit. I mean, it was just like, they'll get erections and everything. I was just, no, it didn't work, mate. I was making good money and everything. Nah, gave it up. One guy, very honest, I only massage women. I don't massage men, but please watch on him. You're thinking, what's he up to? But anyway, yes, he was honest, but shit. I massaged a cop once. He disguised himself. He come in and said, I'm a massage, mate. He hard as friggin' nails. He got a call come through, answer machine or something. And it was detective force. He was checking me out, man, make sure I wasn't a predator or something. I got to go. He gave me $50 and pissed off. Halfway massage, just normal massage. He was strong as an ox, man. Bloody checking me out. Big tough guy he was. So I was massaging a bloody detective. A real one. I mean, a real gunslinger one. But no, I don't do anything illegal. It's not illegal, so no problem. So get over it. Yes, and the same question goes to you, Daryl. Yeah, no worries. Continue. Talking to Crystal. Kenya says, what do you mean you haven't been taught love? Isn't it to be learned through experience? Look, if you've been interfered with, stepfather practically raped your halfway job or anything, you got to be cautious, man. Now, when I had that all beaten up by my father for a 12-year-old was masturbating, the dog got beaten up too, black and blue. He's already a black dog, blackie. Ended up at uni, and the nutty professor got me stoned on drugs and then he molested me. And I was going up with a Mormon girlfriend at the time, and you can't marry her. You haven't been on a mission. You're not qualify. Oh, I know. And I loved her, man. She ended up marrying a guy, became a bishop with 6 kids. I broke it off. Ended up getting bloody molested by a nutty professor. Did I know what love is? If I knew what friggin' love was, I wouldn't have broken off with him because of the friggin' Mormon church. I didn't know what love is, see? I would have fought tooth and nail to be with that woman, not to be with nutty professor. I didn't know anything. I believed in the church. I believe what they say. No. You love somebody, man, and you got to talk it out. Make sure you talk it out now. Tell them there's a beast level. What happens if I hit the rock bottom? You believe me? Or we make an agreement, bounce back to life as soon as possible. God forbid, don't make a lifestyle. That's what Apostle Paul said. You got to talk about everything, mate. Talk about ego, everything. It's not easy. It takes years. You just fall in love, fall over head over heels. What do you get when you fall in love? That was a can of dog food. It's called love. You can fall into a face full of freaking dog food. What is love? You know, Tina Turner sang that. What is love or something? I know a lot of couples can make agreements and things that they've got flirty natures and things and they agree to it and they stick together and everything. But what about if you say no? You say, I don't want you flirting or anything. No. I mean, okay, I trust you not to sleep with them, but don't want you flirting. You got to make sure you talk this thing out, right? I'm a musician, entertaining, world class, movie stars, everything. I mean, I've done it all. So a bit of flirting, but I never slept with them. You know, when you're married to someone who's going to say, come home from work and say, you dirty dog. How do I know if you sleep with them or not? Marriage is over before it starts, man. Be honest. That was my life. I made a living, even out of ego. I don't regret it. Played in front of thousands of people. Communication is number one in my books. And talk about physical beauty, face. I don't care about the base. Some idiot. As growing up, they used to say, put a bag over the head, cover the face, but get stuck into the base. Cover the face. Bullshit. The base is like the same with everybody, man. You might get earth, wind, fire, whatever, bit of earth, bit of this, bit of that. Man, the face is everything. The eyes of the soul. And you got to kiss them. That's the main attraction. Even the Mormon church is that. Don't marry somebody you don't want to kiss, man. And if you're a kisser. Communication. Waking up to the sound of that voice every day. Right? What about if you married a horse voice? A horse voice, a real low voice, more manly than you. You start cheating, you're looking for one with a more girly voice. Don't marry for convenience, but what do? You're lonely. Oh, church says you've got to get married. You're a menace to society. You get to marry anyone. Oh, this high standard, keep all commandments, so to speak. Better than marrying some slut off the street. Okay, let's do it. And it don't work. And if it does work, separate ways sort of thing. He does what he does. She does what she does. Stuffing up all over the place. Anyway, let's continue on here. What do you mean you haven't been taught love? Tanya says. Right. Crystal says, Tanya, as a child, I was never shown love. My parental upbringing contains things that would literally make you cry. Women will tend to cry a lot more than a guy. Even I cried for days on end, man. Days on end. I cried out to my Lord. Prayers were never answered for friggin' years. I mean, but I had all that wildlife, nature, no TV, everything. So I was actually right under the nature. Almost was shamanist them days. I worshipped the creation rather than the creator. I mean, I was into nature. So I look back now, I think I was pretty close to God without knowing it. At least his creation. Yeah. There's maybe one person on earth you call a spirit mate. There's many a soulmates. You can marry more than one soulmate, but there's one spirit mate, perhaps, if there's such a thing, which I do believe. Unfortunately, you get too old for it. You miss out. But you meet and you thank the Lord. Thank you. I met my best friend. Why didn't you make it happen when I was younger? Because she wasn't even born. Half your bloody age. Loves the music, loves this and that. I met a woman like that. She became more religious. Or high standard. And then the church says, he's a loser. He's excommunicated. He done this, that. But he destroyed the friggin' relationship in no time. But the thing is, that's not what she is. In the sense, it's just that The doctors told her medically, she better start having normal sex. She get sick, man. I mean, break up in pimples and everything. Medically, she needed sex, so go off and marry some bloody do-gooder, bloody church, bloody priesthood holder, and get on with it. Have babies and everything. Medically, absolutely tortured by a biological problem. So what do you do? You know, why does God allow that? Perfectly compatible. You understand all her medical, hormonal needs, everything. Gentle, loving, kind. Don't even do sex, just halfway jobs, whatever, unless it's like the Gnostics, intimacy or having children or something. Very perfect arrangement. But I'm still grateful that I know there's people out there that would love me, and there's people out there that hate me, want to kill me. Mostly. I've met them. I'm just not married to them. What do you do? Will God take care of this? Well, the Bible says there's no marriage before and after resurrection. Mormons say there is. It's the complete opposite. Whatever. Look, I'll tell you what, love will gravitate hereafter. Married or not. I mean, hello, sister. I was married to you. Yeah. Do you think that's how it is? Even the Jehovah's Witnesses who don't even believe in a spirit, they believe families throughout the 1,000 years are building houses and living together as families and eating fruit and, no meat. Vegetarian. It's all about family, and they've got no priesthood, no binding and sealing on earth, which will be bound in heaven. They're all family, mate. So could I not? I call my grandmother, and say, "Hi, sister. You're my grandmother. I feel like a bit of a sister now. Dead and all that, mortal, a little above the angels." Look, you got to be told by a church. You got to go through a temple ritual to even recognize your own friggin' wife or something. Love is love. You love somebody, you're gonna recognize that person for who that person represented in your life, relative, friend, whatever. So maybe in a way, I'll have my mansion if I get there, not in hell, but they have their mansion and we invite each other over for dinner, which will be vegetarian and Holy Ghost wine. no animals, in heaven, they're eating. They'll be animals, but not eat them. They'll be pets, like communication, talk, telepathy, high level ones. Hey, I invite woman I met on earth that, like Crystal. Say, I invite Crystal. Come over to my mansion, Crystal, have Holy Ghost wine. We never ever met in real life or anything. She had issues, problems, I did, and everything, but in the glorified, resurrected body, invite her over. Yeah, my sister, yes, in that sense. Was never married, something like that. High level kind of connections. Sure you'd meet them hereafter. Surely. Not bloody, turn out bloody clones, robots, or whatever. What is it? Yeah. Sexless things, in the sense where there's no passion or nothing. Come on. Even the angels fell from heaven. How do they get private parts? How do they have sex with women and animals even? I mean, that's why they're locked up in hell, man. How in the hell can you say you go to heaven sexless to a degree, got no passion? You're just like a freaking robot. That's why I got attracted to the Mormon church, because they believe that's freaking nonsense. I mean, it's true, but for those people that choose that. But no, man, you go to heaven. Your family all connected, everything, but they do it through a ritual, a priesthood thing, temple thing. What bad if you don't need any ritual or anything? It's automatically going to happen. That's part of your reward, mate. That's your reward. Families can be together forever. We don't have to be a Mormon, or we have to pay tithing, or we miss out. Would it be wonderful that you don't have to be a friggin' Mormon to be a family? Well, at least through the 1,000 years, you probably would be. What happens after that? Don't know. Well, Mormon Church knows everything, doesn't it? Oh, it's so freaking perfect. Okay, let's go on. I'll have a smoke in a minute. Chill my nerves. Crystal says, Tenu, as a child, I was never shown your love from parental upbringing. Sorry to hear that, Crystal. Great to be having a conversation. That's what I like. Tenu says, hope you at a better place now. Crystal says, it's all good. I'm okay, though slowly healing and awakening, talking about what I can recall vaguely. Beautiful. Crystal says, and yes, I feel I am in a better place now. I have let go of many things, including my 9 kids. Yes, thank you. You shared a lot over time. I can have contact with through choice somewhat. It's just amazing. Glad to know. Hey, that's amazing. That's amazing. Beautiful. Thank you, Crystal, for your honesty. You help a lot of people. Can you see me? Yep. Sort of just highlighting now, and my intuition picking up on things. I'm reading people. I have got a gift. It works sometimes, sometimes not. And plus, you got 9 kids. That's a lot of kids to raise or depart or whatever happened. That's a lot of strain. But at least you had kids. Those kids are yours forever. You'll see them again. I got a dead baby wait for me. Full adult spirit. Perfect, pure. God took it. I allowed it. I've got a son who's alive, cut off me for life because I'm a preacher, hates God, something, whatever. Didn't give him enough money. But my dead son, he's really waiting for me, man. I knew a guy had his wife had an abortion or something. He regretted it, and he met the daughter in the spirit world, and the daughter forgave him and said, "Daddy, I'm waiting for you." No Mormon thing. He cried and everything. He woke up and says, "She's forgiven me." But they weren't born again, said they were religious. I had a near death. That's right. Sorry, I had a near death experience, and that's when he had the vision, and he told his wife, "Man, what goes on?" You know, most near death experiences, they only know love. They get shown hell a few things, but show love. You'd be surprised how much Jesus loves you. Yes, Crystal loves you, Tenu, loves you so much more than we love him. We beat ourselves up. See, the soul knows it's going to hell in a sense because it's got to burn up all that negative karma. It's the spirit that ends up somewhere, with Christ or not with Christ, but the torture is in the soul. And if you want to call that forever, but your spirit eventually is going to get a body, the resurrection. Most Christians say, no, your soul gets a body, but you got to go a bit deeper than that. Spirit, soul, body, okay? It's a spirit made in the image of God. Was not designed for hell like Baptists would preach. Hell was created mainly for the devil and his demons. And anyone who deny the Holy Spirit have to walk and talk with God, angels. And deny it. Not very many people done that. But sure, there's hell. Father has left the building. You will regret it, but then you get comfortable and say, oh, well, at least I can eat an apple. I'm not having a pitchfork stuck up my ass, not being raped by 7-foot demons, homosexual ones. 1,000 years of that. But wherever you get stuck, it's forever. So choose wisely. Mormons say you can't get to heaven without a wife or a queen or a king or something. You know? Bloody chessboard. Checkmate. Didn't quite make it. Didn't pay tithing. Checkmate. Oh, drank tea, coffee, smoked drink. Checkmate. I like this being myself. Good. Yeah. Not having go hide, people listening, it shows they care and like. I said, what keeps me going is always remembering they were not my kids, but belong to God. Amen. Well said. Spirit belongs to God. Soul, we try to obsess and own and all this sort of thing. All sorts of conflict come from that. But it's a soul level. Spirit, no one owns you. No bishop, pastor, priest, pope, anybody. They can't tell you anything. In your spirit, you get your own personal revelation. What works, what's right for you. Well, what you're going to learn or discover or already remember who you are, the grandest, best version of yourself, is that you didn't need them in the first place. It's your soul that needs this and confess this and answer to this and take the abuse from these, like, whatever. But some get it right, some don't. Some that lead us, you know. What's the friggin' answers? All answers lie within yourself. We get lonely, so we go looking, we get on the prowl. Then you get caught a friggin' predator. That's all legal. Other times you're just alone. If I didn't have this channel, because I love you people, believe it or not, even the atheists. I just can't stand people coming on my channel and tell me I dress a certain way, or you look like bloody dirty beggar off the street or something. I mean, particularly a Mormon would come and say that, or I don't know, you got dyslexia, can't speak, or you're just a filthy rotten sinner. What are you on my channel for? This is for sinners, not for bloody saints. Well, you can become a saint, but be a loving one, not judgmental one. Crystal says, can a person have a soul and a spirit, death at the same time, and be awakened? Here we go. Fantastic question. Yep, let's answer that question. Soul, most souls end up in some type of... No, I believe this. I'm not Catholic, and I don't believe babies burn in hell. They go back to God. Let's get this straight now. This soul sleep, wake up in heaven or hell. Look. Most souls end up in a dark place for a little while because they're unforgiving. They may be saved, or they serve a good life, righteous, whatever. Could be religious, may not even be born again. And there's born again Christians who don't fully love their neighbor. All go somewhere for a short time. Well, it could be a long time, it could be 1,000 years. It depends, And the soul is suffered. It's consumed with fire. Or anything else for that matter. Pitchfork. Just joking. You know what I mean? It's torture. Soul can feel soul. It's got substance. Fine. Manifest bowels and everything and rip them out. The demons rip them out. If you've been a rapist, unrepentant, they rip your bowels out. They're homosexual, I'd say. I mean, anything can happen. You'll be tortured for what you did. You're not getting away with it, mate. There's justice. Justice will not rob mercy. Mercy will not rob justice. But the church's justice did rob mercy because I got kicked out for it. Falsely. Mainly. Ruined my marriage. But anyway, his spirit is there witnessing it all. And the worst part is when you separate from that soul after torture and go get your resurrected body, you find out you're not with Jesus. It's not that you're going back to birth. So you got to go deeper. You just missed out being with Jesus. Or you go with Jesus, but your character level is not going to shine the light like Moses. You just never quite... There's least reward, maximum reward in heaven. We just don't know. But everybody's going to get resurrected, unless you don't believe that. Seventh-day Adventists believe the ones that don't make it, they don't get resurrected immortal. And then they die, and they never wake up again. They know it. Oh my goodness, that'll be terrifying. No, when you die this time, you've had it, not wake up again. So the spirit comes out, receives a body, and you get your just reward. You get your just reward, whatever that is. Father has left the building. That's pretty sad, man. But the Mormons say the lowest heaven is 3 times more beautiful than this earth. You can kill yourself to get there. It's that beautiful. Then they say the middle heaven for all good, honest, misled Christians that reject the Mormon priesthood. It's 100 times more beautiful. And you go to the Mormon heaven, that's 1,000 times more beautiful, where you become gods and marry and everything. Right? That's what they believe. Right. I don't know, but I do know that the spirit will suffer too. But spirit suffers and it will suffer differently in the sense it's not about the pain torture thing. The spirit can actually watch their own body burning, cooking with like a chook running around the head. True story. Saw on YouTube, a guy who was cooked in a barn, trying to put it on fire. He's watching himself screaming, everything, man. Screaming. Just like I stepped over my body and soul and saw myself murmuring, muttering, what do you call it? Cursing God, blood, pile of blood, everything. I was watching myself. I was standing near the angel. I wasn't even part of it. But the soul's feeling the pain, man. It's real. It's as real as you and I are talking now. It's real. But you might be feeling it for up to hundreds of years or something, whatever time. And so if the soul is forever cooking or burn up, the ghost, whatever, your spirit gets free, but your soul doesn't. But then you're not totally free, because if you're not with Jesus, you're not free. But the soul, unquenchable worm, the Bible says, forever burning like sulfur. Of course, Seventh-day Adventists, all fires go out. They change the scriptures. The saints shall walk over the ashes of the dead and all this. The unrighteous. Righteous shall walk over the unrighteous. Anyway, wherever you end up, you're making the choice now. Where am I end up? Could I do better? Well, I tell you what, I shut the channel down. I live everything righteously. Hey, how did I get here? I'm in the friggin' mental hospital. I want to kill myself, man. Something's not right. Where's my friends? Where they would desert me for? Persecuted unto death. Where's my kids? All pissed off. Left me. Hate God. What? Who do I turn to? Who do I turn to? Oh, Jesus. Okay, I turn to Jesus. Okay. Yeah, days, weeks, months on end. Oh, wait a minute. I need to talk to somebody, man. That's what we're humans. No, talk to somebody, go to the shop, start talking to beggars and stuff. You know. Look, you got it. We're human creatures, mate. We need love. We need to talk. How long can you go locked up in a cave, eh? You're trying to be something, but then you got to be a doer too. Become a beingness, and then lead to the doingness. It's time for this, time for that. So let's say, Crystal says, a high empathy, as you say, at times, but you have a strong sense of discernment, right? That's a gift. In knowing the shepherd's voice is the best way to describe or ask. Now, there are some people very still in the spirit, and they stay that way. I don't. I go into the roaring of the spirit. I feel a rebuke. We've got our inner demons. You've got other people's demons. I mean, you can attract it or you can hide in the cave, whatever. But some people got gifts to do all that. It's a gift, all right? Mormons try to avoid all that. They don't want to be in that wrong place at the wrong time, man, because they'll leave for dead. If there's some exorcism, they call an armors, have you locked up, man. I tell you, they don't rebuke. They've got the Melchizedek priesthood, the one that Moses used to part the seas. Come on, where's the miracle? So what Crystal's saying here, there are people, and I can sense they want the peace. They want to be peaceful followers of Jesus. They've been through enough shit, family thing and all that, kids and all that. And they just want peace. There's nothing wrong with that. And they really love Jesus. They love Jesus so much they don't need a man or need a woman. You can make that choice, but you got to lie in bed and say, you're getting cancer, you're getting sick, you're dying, or you really vitalized everything and you're single, or you got no one. Are you happy? Because if you're lying there all black and get all cancer, and when you could find that, break a few rules, have a massage or something with a partner, and start getting all that touch and feel and stuff, you start to come alive. So that's more healthy, more therapeutic for a lot of people. And others don't need it. Don't touch me. I just got Jesus. I don't need anything. But if you're at peace, that's okay. You're going home. Not one lost, all going home. How long can I go? I don't know. Probably go 3 months. Then I start getting batshit crazy. Man, I say, what's going on here? I haven't spoken to anyone. Not right. Doesn't feel right because I'm an entertainer. Performed in front of thousands of people. And I know myself. I'm a halfway job. I don't go slip around. I don't want to go to bars because I'm not in alcohol. So where do I go? Oh, I don't go to church. It's a bloody predator or something. Look, the Mormon church kicked me out for that even. I think it was just it was just a one-off. What are you doing at church looking for a woman for? He says, oh, frick, I was divorced. I said, look, I'm looking for a wife. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Can't get to heaven without a wife. Oh, but you can't go just looking around for a woman. It wasn't even about Jesus. It was all about families be together forever. Fart. Man, they got me brainwashed. Got to find a woman, otherwise you can't get to heaven. Like that heaven. Heaven where there's eternal sex and everything, without lust, of course. But he says, you're a con artist, Darryl. I said, what do you mean? I'm not for money, that's for sure. What are you talking about? We're all freaking con artists in the Mormon church, trying to buy our way to heaven and manipulate people and tell them that they've got to be a Mormon or a bloody go be priesthood or go to a temple or something. Otherwise, you regret it. Oh, they're bloody con artists. That way. Crystal says, true again, thank you for the honesty. It's called radical honesty. You can lose friends when you're radically honest. They'll run away, mate. But I don't care. If I have 1 or 2 friends in the world, I'm happy. If I've got absolutely no one, that freaks me out a bit, but still. God will send somebody. He'll send somebody. Even an angel is a beggar in disguise. Depends on you, who you are. Well, the soul may be craving these things. There's nothing wrong with that. Because if you try to kill your soul and kill your beast, suddenly you kill yourself, the spirit dead. I mean, the spirit's alive, but you're dead, and you got to stay alive. You got to eat. You got to do this. You got to do that. I think it's time for a cheat day. Have a big pizza, or whatever. It's a soul issue. You try not eating it. All right, go on. After months and then meditating in cave or something on bloody nuts or bloody veggies or something, suddenly even my mate, he cured himself of cancer by being vegetarian, vegan. You buy meat, you eat it, man, but you don't go and buy it. See, you just wait. A couple times a year, he gets lucky. I took him into McDonald's, mate. 30 seconds down the hatch. Bloody meat, milkshake, everything. Cured himself of cancer. But his wife wouldn't take him back. He's too healthy. He was sickly and everything. He got so friggin' healthy, he walked 20 miles a day in the bloody Blue Mountains of Sydney, Australia. He didn't need anyone. He had a wife, didn't he? But you can detach from all that ego and sexual thing if you want. If you want to do that. But I wouldn't be a Catholic nun. I wouldn't be a nun. I'd be not even a Catholic priest. Just go into the bloody wilderness, mate. Desert. For me, it's a desert. I spent a lot of time in the desert. Didn't have TV or anything, a motorbike, anything. My pop was a bloody prospect out the bloody gold mine, his own private gold mine, everything, sort of thing. And everything else, Jackaroo, cattle station, Oh man, I was out there. I was always thinking about, I want to go to NASA. I want to become an astronaut. Oh no, Dad said, don't be stupid. Can't become an astronaut. You don't live in America. Forget about it. If you encourage me, I'd probably become a pilot or something. That was my dream. And then of course, I also want to be a famous musician or something. Yeah. I had a few dreams, man. I want to go to friggin' NASA. I look back now, I was better off in the Australian desert, mate. And all this friggin' UFOs flying around, but pop look up, what's that shit? That's bloody UFO, mate. We saw everything down up there going on. We are not alone. Friggin' demons, probably. Satan created them. Yeah, amazing. Amazing experiences in the desert. Yeah. Good life, really. I look back, who cares about NASA? Anyway, Crystal says, I have had experience where, I dream at times and God has his way of speaking in my dreams, and is it okay that I disagree with him at times? Even soul disagrees a lot. Even Mother Teresa disagreed with God. Those poor people suffering. I'm going to have it out with God. Laughing a lot because there are some topics I like to question. So this is the channel for it. Of course you question. Well, man, I've lived righteously, done everything the Mormon church told me to do, then lost 50 grand gambling. I'm stupid. To step out, I'm doing all the righteous things, I go and freaking gamble, lose my money. Money that could, I didn't have my daughter at the time. Oh, I did a little bit after that, yeah. Money that could have helped the poor, everything. I went crazy, man. I went on a cruise ship after I quit smoking. Mum said, you're not going to, I'll pay for the trip and everything, but you're not going to smoke. I didn't smoke. I gambled, lost 20 grand on a cruise ship. Stupid. All I want to do is go out for a smoke. That smoke would have been better. And they'd sit in the gambling machines. No, yet I won on the first night, big jackpot. Then I lost that too. Get the hell out of it. Unless you can go there and, you're not going to, it's entertainment. You might win $50, $100. Get the hell out of it. You might win 400 or 500. Just piss off. Don't think you're going to win the jackpot again, twice in a row. Madness, insanity. If we ever win, go and give it to the poor. Give it to your daughter, son, anything. Goodness gracious me. And I'm all righteous. I mean, no smoke, no drink, nothing. Oh, I'm sitting in the bloody casino. Satan got me that way. But that happened. That was my stupid fault. But then the bank scams and all this sort of thing had to almost close me bank down. Shit happens. Because it's self-righteousness. You're trying to be a Pharisee or something. It doesn't work. Not for me. I don't know about other people. I don't know how they do it. They have all this righteousness and it's like I've got no problem with something. Are they bullshitting or what? Are they that friggin' lucky? Oh, we pay tithing. One guy used to go up and bear his testimony. Tithing in the name of Jesus Christ. That's all we talked about. Friggin' tithing. He was poor, man. He was paying it. His poor bugger was his shirt was hanging out and not ironed or anything. You know, friggin' iron. Raving on about tithing. I'm going to heaven. I pay tithing. I said, come on, did you mention Jesus? It's just nonsense. Subject to that. Goodness gracious me. Help the friggin' poor. My mate, Adam Boyle, YouTuber. Look at him up. Got kicked out of his bloody calling by his best friend, neighbour, everything. Grew up, childhood mate and everything. He became stake president, bishops, and he was a counsellor, Adam. Got kicked out of his calling because he gave his tithing to the poor, homeless. Part of the organisation. Yeah. It's all a lot of ex-Mormons. This is in Utah. Ex-Mormons that have been lost their families and broken up because they, I don't know, they just weren't perfect enough in the way they wanted it to be. The church, and all lost and homeless. And one guy, I was with this old guy, all sharp, he was looking good, man. He looked like white hair, everything. I'm walking down the street. He said, I've got to go to the toilet. He popped into a pub, and all these bloody temple Mormons walked past and saw him. And gossip went around, destroy the guy. Oh, suddenly he's in there drinking, getting all the piss. He was a bloody holy man and everything. Oh, he was pissed off. He was shunned. He just went into a freaking toilet. You got to go to the freaking toilet. And in the Utah, you know, there's pubs and things. A lot of Mormons in there, all drinking ones. All ones that are being kicked out of church or something. And they're freaking dangerous, some of them, because they really hate God, because they don't know God. They end up atheists, punks and everything. Mormon punks. They've had a gut full of religion. They need this channel. See? They need this channel. So I really do address Mormons. It is part of my mission. Oh, what authority do you have? I don't care about your Mormon priesthood. I got Agent Melchizedek priesthood. And I got the grace. And I do love Mormons. You can't hate anyone. I don't like some of them. So I'm going to be careful. Sometimes I do judge. It's only because I've been hurt. It just comes up. I'll read the comments. Hold on. I know Crystal, she's got a pure heart. Sometimes I swear a bit, and Crystal says, what'd you say? Go back a bit, Crystal. I've probably forgotten. She says, Daryl, I know you get hyped up and everything. Maybe you shouldn't what's the word? Be down on yourself, swear and everything. I'm not down on myself, and I've got beautiful people like Crystal online. Uplift me. But my dad would never swear, not in front of a woman. I mean, if a woman's, not even if she's walked back at him. I mean, but he would, you know, you could probably rob a bank, not tell him, and say, oh, put the money on the table, and says, oh, you're proud of you. Where'd you get the money from? They must have worked hard. Robbed the bank. No, just. But if you swear, man, you're out. That was a big thing in his books. One day I was playing the rock band. That's when I pissed off and lived with my grandmother. I had a rock band downstairs in the cellar or something. Dad come down, he grabbed my hair, he dragged me out. He said, "You bloody rock and roll pig," or something, because he's only into country song music. He dragged me, and you know, I bashed him up. I didn't mean to, but I broke his tooth and everything. I was only a teenager. He never hit me again. I felt sorry for him, really. He's a tough guy, like a mafia guy. But I wouldn't take that shit. Rock and roll. Yeah, whatever, I'm going to hell for that, eh? Well, he was an atheist anyway. So I went out and formed a band, and bikies, everything come around the blues. My grandmother couldn't get out of care less. 4 o'clock in the morning, get up, Daryl plays a tune, half deaf. She can't cooking eggs. Or bikies staying overnight. Oh yeah, cook for them too. No fights, no nothing, man. It was great. The frogs jumped into the house, and the grapevines growing through the Tin River like a freaking Adams family type of house. I was more happy there. Give me frogs any day. Lizards. Woke up one day, these bloody little cockroaches coming out of your friggin' mouth. I spat them out, mate. They don't care, mate. They're cleaner than us in some way. Our palm of our hand's got more germs than that freaking cockroach. I don't know. Apostle Paul probably ate a cockroach for lunch when he's locked up and ball and chain in the prison, singing praises of the Lord, rejoicing. So anyway, don't worry about all that. What about that? what do we worry about? Worry is a sin anyway. What do you worry about? Probably loneliness is probably one of the killers. My mum's got all the cats and everything, and no one even contacts her. Poor thing, just left for dead. All the young generation, she's Viking, she's bossy, but this. We don't want to expose our kids or grandkids to someone like that, a Viking. Man, my mum's a highly moral woman going to heaven, and oh, man, she's not good enough for the bloody grandkids. Disgusting. She posted the bloody grandkids on Facebook 20 years ago, and it's not so much my brother, his wife, really got pissed off about it. Oh, pedophiles, I never spoke to them for 20 years. And yeah, my mum's giving them out the friggin' inheritance. Whatever that is. Not much, but I wouldn't. I don't know. Oh, so my brother thinks I'm, mum's, she's a lovely person. She left me some money. Whatever. Come on. Never spoke to my mother for 20 years. What a grandmother putting pictures of Facebook, grandchildren, persecuted. Never speak to her again. Only turn up at the friggin' funeral. Beautiful house on the beach, almost near the beach. I could have it. No, but you got to sell it. Give half to me brother. I like stuff me brother. I'll go live down by the beach. No, I got to sell it. Give half to him. They deserve it. I hit him over the head with a plastic hammer when I was a kid. He never forgot about it, mate. When Dad died, I went up and gave him a hug. He pushed me away, man. He almost wanted to fight me because I hit him over the head with a plastic hammer. And his son, who's now working in a prison ward, he come up, you're going to fight me. He said, that's my dad. You abused my father. You hit him over the head with a plastic hammer. He didn't say that, but he knew the story. Get worried about childhood things. And I've been faced with terrorism and everything. I don't think about it. I don't care. I was bashed up at school and everything, man. Bashed up bits. And when you go face terrorism and bloodshed in that way and married to a war correspondent, you forget about all that childhood rubbish. He never forgave me for that. Locked in space and time with his bloody childhood hatred towards me. Little kids fighting. Anyway, I don't like talking about abuse too much, but my husband, who is now deceased, I'm sorry to hear that, who is now deceased, had grabbed one of my daughter's hair and raped her. Dragged her. Oh, sorry, dragged her. I thought it said rape. Oh, okay. Is it just a one-off, or we'll do more than that once? I did a one-off, not that, but my son would tune into love when my wife and I are bonding sexually. Married couple, holy, everything, church. And every time we make love, he's banging on the door. Banging. And I was such a pathetic fool, I was. And I picked him up, walked out there, kind of picked him up, and I threw him onto the bed. He missed. no doubt, everything. But my wife saw it. Oh, she hated me for that. Only that once. But you know what? Now, this may sound very strange to some people. You make love to your wife. You get it all on the road. If there's a bit of lust, you make that love and you make it beautiful and emotional. Finish it up, whatever. Bring your kids in. Feel the vibe, man. The kids want to feel the love of mummy and daddy. My dad used to get drunk. He'd piss off. He couldn't go anywhere near the door. You can only do it when he got drunk. The kids were not to be seen and heard. You share the love after all that nonsense. Oh, well, it's not really nonsense for husband and wife, but, the kids need to feel the mummy and daddy love. You don't pick your kid up, throw him. You don't drag your daughter by the hair, So, yeah. So, Crystal, if he did it more than once, bastard. But once, but then... Crystal says, I don't like talking about my ex because it's the memories of the abuse that bring tears to my eyes. Are you divorced? I can't remember. Was you born again of the Spirit at the time? Were you religious or not? Yeah, you should be evenly yoked. But even then you can be evenly yoked and then you can lose your house overnight or some bankruptcy thing and still split up. See, evenly yoked rich or poor, health and sickness, stay together. Tin roof, fancy roof. You've got to really know that person will stick with you regardless. But abuse, no. You get one chance, while my dad say you get 3 chances. I told Mum you can cheat 3 times, that's it. But she didn't. No, abuse is, I don't know, which is worse. Yeah, but the memories are there. The memories are there. Switch the levels. Switch the levels. The real you, in your spirit, far grander, best version of yourself. And if you can activate that in a man, bring him to self-worth, could turn out a good marriage. You don't listen, you say, oh, what are you talking about? Don't go there. Just, yeah. Look, this is what I mean by religion. Don't talk about it, just get married on blind faith. Oh shit, don't even, some religions you can't even hold hands on a day. Like the Potter's house. You got to know who you marry. I don't say sleep around, no, not justify, but you better get the juices flowing. You make sure. So you get married, find out she's dropped, she dries the bloody, it dries the bone. It's like, you don't even like sex, you find out later. I mean, anyway, that's me. Yeah. And women like bad boys in bed anyway. Not in general, but like, some bloody boring missionary position all the time. You swap around it. But yeah, if you've been abused and stuff, man, well, there are people out there that still love you, can get remarried or whatever, but just make sure you talk it out. Whatever rocks your boat. Yeah. The things that I did in my temple marriage, you could say sexually, that woman I met in the future and married loved it. The very thing that the wife hated, she loved. What do you think I'm talking about? It wasn't abuse. It was just some wild sex. But no, I don't need any of it, really. I just want love. I just need love. That's all broke us up. Nothing to do with that. I had stepkids. And the kids didn't like me. This is American Indian marriage. I mentioned this on the other video. He was a bloody homosexual. Got kicked out of the army for being a homosexual. He was over 18. I'm sitting. He met me first time when we went to America. He took me in the freaking bedroom, hold my hand, and says, "I need a stepfather," because my other father was a freaking loser. He hold my freaking hand, and the bloody other kids saw it. Went up and said, rang the freaking police. He's what is it? Molesting the bloody my big brother. What idiots! I got locked up for it, man. Then found out my ex was a bloody porn star. Ex-porn star. Repentant one. Got back in the Mormon church. Because the bloody stepkids broke the marriage. I was trying to be a stepdad to the father, unless it was actually set up to get rid of me because the kids didn't want me to be with the mother. Who knows? I was showing love and empathy. I didn't want to go to the bedroom. I'd go and sit in the kitchen anyway, out the side of the back, have a smoke in them, but I didn't smoke them days. Nobody, just trying to be a freaking stepfather. All clean and pure, going temple and everything. Bloody hell. Accused of that. There's all sorts of strange things go on when you're growing up. Like I knew a woman in the church, and she used to kiss a baby on the lips. Was she a pedophile? She used to kiss him on the lips. I just loved the baby, loved the smell and everything. Like baby bum and everything. When that kid grew up, didn't like kissing. It was like kissing mummy. So it really affected the kid. And other kids say, "Oh, I can't wait to find a mummy. Somebody really like this." Was it pedophilia? I don't. You know what I mean? There's some strange things going on. I don't know why she did that. Sorts of things. I knew a sister in the church. Poor girl. Marriage broke up over it. She couldn't put the baby on the tit because she felt sexual. Accused as a pedophile, husband left her. Have to get milk powder and stuff. But I'm telling you, it's like, man, this thing's between you and God. She couldn't breastfeed the friggin' baby because she had a bloody sensitive tit. But that's all right. Look, don't go beyond that. But I think that the nipple is very sensitive, very emotional aspect of the body. And I tell you what, there were gays, got kids adopted, and there's a girly one, you know, the girly one and the man one. And, you know, again, I've seen that. It's like, I get around that. I travel. The girly guy's got the bloody baby on the tit. Like, where's the milk? There's no milk. Is that pedophilia? I don't know. Is it? Emotional, but don't go any further. But I don't know. Is it legal? I don't know. Trying to be emotional, be a mummy. Trying to feel like a woman, because that's what he was. He was a bloody man trying to be a woman, a homosexual. Oh, was it a boy or was it a girl? It was I can't remember. Boy, I think. Could have been a girl too. Put her on the tit as well. There's some people worry about these sort of things. Cops are looking for reasons to lock you up. Because there's a lot of people out there that are like that. You know, we know somebody comes on this channel every time want to F my daughter. But he's retarded, mental. You know what I'm talking about, Crystal. I just ignore him because he's not right in the head. And he admits it too. Can't help himself. I don't know. That's really, I could get really angry about that, but let's let him go for a while. Don't mess with my daughter, man. Gotta protect your kids. Okay, Crystal says, I just really have the feelings even when I had a roommate, yeah, it was hard to show emotion around her. See, normally women are very good at showing emotion to another woman. Some end up gay. And would prefer a woman than a bloody guy. But in your case, no. You might have had more masculine energy because you had that, maybe that husband was very dominating. You know what? I kind of like women with masculine energy. I don't like I'm not really into the girly woman. I like a woman, but not, you know, I mean, not overpower the man, but masculine one. But not through abuse and that. Somebody that doesn't have all the issues. Well, but then again. But if she's sexless, like, you can be married to me, but you can't touch me. That would be a bit of a problem with me. Because I love cuddles and hugs and everything. I don't care if masculine, more masculine, better. And not 100%, not sporty, not tattoos, not that type of thing, drunks and drug addict type thing. Really beautiful churchgoer woman. But strong, you know. I love strong women, man. When I used to remember, okay, Crystal says, okay, tears have stopped. Laughing out loud. Crystal says, I have emotion, DYS, regulation disorder. I have bipolar manic depression. And when I was a Mormon living all those commandments and ended up as schizophrenic. And as soon as I had a smoke, got out of hospital, even though a few other demons, whatever you want to call it, but I snapped out of it, man. And I never had a schizophrenia since. I mean, I can hear that, I can distinguish. I know the voice of the Lord, I know the Spirit, and the angels speak and everything. Bipolar, get manic depression. I could be up for 3 nights without sleep, and then I'll sleep for friggin' a day or two. That's normal. I mean, my dentist said, oh, you get it from water. Water's not, all that chlorine stuff, it's only for kids. It causes depression. They're killing us through the bloody tap water. So I started to use filter water. And you know what? I went off the filter water when it ran out of filter. And as soon as I drank tap water, I had the friggin' flu. I wasn't immune to the bloody tap water. Other countries, they drink bottled water all the time. There's a lot of salts in it. So they get itchy skin and all that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You breathe pollution, everything, man. We're human. We're on the way out. Decay. We would have lived 120 years. Well, the Essenes did. They were vegetarian, but no one really lives much longer than that. They have found people live to about 200 or something. I mean, living in the caves and living on bloody wild, raw sort of veggies growing in bloody weeds or something. Oh, shit. And this guy went there, proved he could do it. He couldn't do it, man. He got sick. He was vomiting and everything. He couldn't eat it. This old bloody 200-something-year-old guy, all crinkled up like a bloody Alaskan, sitting there eating weeds. Not that weed, not the green weed. Well, could have been green, but it wasn't bloody marijuana. Lived to a bloody 200 and something. Anyway, first time the diagnosis made sense, and I understand myself. You know, I'm probably out of context talking much about it, but guys get to my age, they get prostate problems. The only way to fix it. And you don't want a bloody male to do it, do you? So you want a nurse to do it, but you don't even want the nurse to do it. You want your wife to do it. Now, that's a loving, understanding woman. And you might even explode, you know. It does. But you're not thinking anything. It just happens. It sort of feels sexual, but look, you don't talk about these things, do you? Oh, you're going to marry somebody. Oh, by the way, I need a finger up my ass when I'm about my age, you know. Bit of help. And you ignore it. You ignore it, and you prostate pain, everything for bloody weeks, months on end, and it fix it in 1 second. See, that's the wonderful companionship that will help you cut your friggin' toenails and everything. Though it's free, but you got to go drive somewhere. But no, wouldn't it be great if a wife loves you and cares you so much? Cut your toenails, wipe your ass. Toilet mates. Have 2 thrones, one for each other. Sit there and have a good old conversation romantically while sitting on the throne. My dad said that's disgusting. I said, I was talking to Dad about things like that. He said, you don't bring the woman in the toilet. Oh, no. Oh, look, mate. She's your best friend, mate. I don't care in a toilet in a bloody palace. Of course, and dress up nicely for church on Sunday. Is that a hypocrisy? I don't think so. What is hypocrisy, man? Love God, 1 minute, hate God. Love your neighbour, hate your neighbour. There's all sorts of types of hypocrisy. Say that you're a saint, start swearing at it. That's why I don't call myself Saint Darryl. I tried it, I experimented, because this bloody, my mate, you can say, or this pastor, Papa John, he said, oh, when you get to a certain stage, a certain level, you can call yourself a saint. Out of prophet. Nah, didn't work. I don't like it. I don't want any title. I'm not a prophet's arsehole. No. Not for me. If I'm in the spirit 24/7 and all that, saintly, don't swear, don't do this, do that, maybe. But anyone who calls themselves a saint is not a saint. My dad said your Auntie Esther, the godmother's a saint. She didn't call herself a saint. And she had all this beautiful perfume all over the house. She never used perfume, mate. She was bloody sexless and everything. Didn't know perfume, no nothing. Beautiful garden, like the Garden of Eden, everything. She was in the garden, everything. She says, Holy Spirit. She loved and chariot, everything, man. Really old-fashioned, you know. Salvation Army Church. They went to the front line of the war, getting blown up, getting tea and coffee and cake to the soldiers in the trenches. That's why Dad respected him. He said, if there's any truth, it's in that church. So they're still the tithing too. But they'll let you smoke out the back, give you an ashtray, but no drink, alcohol. So you're a bit like the Muslims. And they'll feed you, mate. They don't just give you a piece of toast. They give you baked beans, eggs, everything. They look after people off the street. Salvation Army Church, mate. Good church, Grace Church, but got a bit of clergy thing going on. It's still the tithes every now and then, like all friggin' clergy churches. But they help the poor, you know. Leave it to us. That's what Mormons will say. Leave it to the Salvation Army. They do all the dirty work. We just sit up there, wait for them to come up to scratch. Get the Mormon priests to go to the temple, become holy, and go become gods. Leave all the dirty work to the Salvation Army and the Catholic Church and all this. Because see, those churches, despite true or not, they hierarchy in a sense. But the people, I mean, they really are doers of the word in that sense. Anyway, Terry Stone's online. Never really understood your bloody buffer. Terry Moore. It could be another. Somebody come on the line. What do you call me? Goofy. I love that cartoon, Goofy. Terry says, look like a bloody Willy Wolfer. Willy Wolfer. He must be Australian, mate. It's great when Australians come online. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how I look. See, as I said to Crystal only not long ago, I said, people come on channel, they get up worried about these things. How you speak, everything. I've got dyslexia, but, you know, all sorts of things. Disabilities. But I'm educated, took a long time. Taught in schools of the Muslim schools and faced war and terror, married war correspondent. I mean, I'm raving on about, but man, that's a true story. It's not holes in that. You get a Mormon come on my channel, get dressed. You look like a scab. I go, what? Whatever. Doesn't matter, mate. Most people are joking anyway. If you're serious about it, you're a Pharisee. Jesus don't care about that. Though it's nice to dress. It's okay. When you don't, you don't. But I wouldn't run around in friggin' underwear when Jesus is here, mate. I wouldn't smoke marijuana either. They had a church called God's Garbage. All the bikies loved it. Couldn't wait for Jesus to come and smoke marijuana with them. They closed it down, the government. They thought it's okay. Just get stoned off your head and go to church. I like bikies. Just don't borrow money from them. They freaking will bash you after death. Or more. My grandmother's bikies mum. Anyway, Terry Stone, Ash from the Evil Dead. He's been funny at this stage, I think. Aussie. Aussies are very jealous creatures. In the business world, they drag you down. They get jealous. In America, mate, they praise you up. I was in Willie Nelson's. I met Willie Nelson, manager at the friggin' bar in Reno, near Vegas. And he noticed the accent. I was all wild and Willie. What do you call it? Buffy, whatever. He started set me up with bloody radio stations and recording service, everything. Took me on face value, man. Couldn't wait to praise me up because I'm a musician. I performed in Vegas. I went back many times, lived in Vegas. In Australia, piss off. You think you are? Think you're better than us? No, not better. Could be better off. Shit. People they get jealous, man. Nah, I'm not better than anyone. Bullshit. I'm not, yeah. And people just drag you down like crabs trying to get out of a pot, being boiled alive slowly, pulling each other down, as Australians do. Crystal says, does he really, Terry, smoke like a woman? And yes, I can tell he is joking. Smoke like a woman. I didn't see that. You must have left a comment before. I missed that one. Oh yeah, here we go. Smoke like a bloody woman. Puffer. That's homosexual. Get lost. But, yeah. I got raped when I was 17 on a railway track and some Middle Eastern guy. Man, I was a womanizer. That covered up the hurt and pain and suffering that I went through. Nah, not poof. Get over it. Just got a bit of a hairdo or something. Shit. I cut my own hair, save a few dollars. Australians. Love them or leave them, whatever. Have a go, mate. Have a fair go, mate. Smoke like a woman. I get along with smokers. I can't stand drink alcohol stuff, you know. But it did backfire once. I met a woman in the church, a smoker, went out the back. Man, she gossiped, man. She was bloody molested, raped or something. Went and told the pastor. And another guy on the same friggin' day got questioned. And she was a smoker, tattoos and everything, but not a good one. But most women, I can handle it. But I love it when they talk about Jesus and stuff. Anyway, who cares? Does not matter. Does he really? Does it really? Yeah, does not matter. 6 people on it. You take the speck out of your own eye before we take it out of others. In the fallen condition, mate, we're all sinners. None good, Jesus said, but God. In the spirit level, which you have a spirit too, you're probably not aware of it. We're not sinning there. If we go into the spirit, surrender your filthy rags of righteousness and your wickedness, and go in the spirit for a time, how long? Bathing in the light, as long as possible. You're with Christ. You're one with him. Anybody attacks on that level is a curse. You're accountable. I'm not in the spirit. Okay, I'm intellectual, but that's okay. You're having fun, entertainment, gospel of love, Daryl Kirky show. But every now and then, you get somebody smart ass, but that's okay. There's smart ass demons too, you know. And there's bloody low class demons. So smart ass demons get you in religion and get you all pay tithing and buy your way to heaven. The other ones get you to worship statues and killing them God prophets and popes and get you to kill yourself, prostitute, drugs, overdose, like most of my mates, atheists mainly, hung themselves in prison, murder, fast and furious. I was the only believer. I'm still here. Everyone else is freaking dead. And some might get through. God knows the intent of your heart. What happened to Paul? Bloody murderer. Turned his life around. Had a vision. Went completely against what he believed in. All that Pharisee, bloody priesthood, bloody temple thing. Started preaching grace, but he added a few things that the Essenes, the first century teachings, said that made him look like an imposter. He said lip service, sinner's prayer, faith alone saves and all that. And most of the people, a lot of people I know, grace Christians, don't love their neighbour fully, mate. They cut you off for life, like Baptists did, threw me out. Hypocrites. Loving God, love your neighbour is the works. And that will save you. Even if you activated the grace or not, but you should. But faith without works is dead. You've got to be a doer of the word. Jesus said, why call me Lord if you're not a doer of the word, man? So yeah, don't say Mormons and bloody Protestants, Catholics will burn in hell. If they love God, love their name, they're very kind-hearted, loving charity, all this sort of thing. Don't tell me I'm going to burn in hell because I'm a freaking Baptist or this and that. Bloody Portalitarian. Grace is all around, mate. I don't give Paul the credit. I do believe in grace. Grace before works. It works for me. It saved my bacon, my ass. Crystal says, what I find with the Spirit, I'll go back, I think scroll up. What I find with the Spirit is that it does not judge. Right, correct. It can be funny at times, definitely hard to understand when speaking in tongues. Tongues has got nothing to do with salvation. I know Pastor Papa Pope, who rules in the Spirit, very powerful, cast out voodoo curses, Melchizedek of the old age and times practice that had nothing to do with Levitical law, the real Melchizedek teachings. He said tongues were not even for communication. Though the day of Pentecost they did speak in tongues, fire on the head, and press the Jews, didn't really work. You can privately speak in tongues, scatter brain and everything, but you thank the Lord and you rebuke. Make sure it's not the devil's language. But tongues, man, roaring in the Spirit, casting out those demons. You try speaking in English for 7 hours. Tongues has its purpose, but it's got nothing to do with salvation. It's a gift. And go back to Terry having a go at me again. We're all bloody born with a bollocks and we'll bloody keep our bollocks. Born with bullshit, that's what he means. Probably an atheist. I don't know. Could be wrong. Yeah, that's all right. In the fallen condition, we're nothing but farm animals and cockroaches, Terry. The Baptists go further, say your own spirit, which they deny, is also bollocks. No, spiritual intelligence, mate. Spiritual logic. Saved my bacon, told my spirit spoke to me. I wasn't even born again, I wasn't Christian in it. I mean, told me not to hop on a plane once, blew up and killed all those people. Even at the village, the picture frame fell down and the travel agent said, that's a bad omen. Plane blew up and cooked all the people. I think there was a couple of survivors. It wouldn't have been me. And when I was in a mental hospital, and I didn't smoke them days, I was a goody-goody. My own spirit said, go out and do what the mental patients are doing. I went out and they were freaking smoking, man. I wouldn't want to be there now because they can't smoke. They're not allowed, not even around the premises anyway. Went out and smoked. Straight away, I snapped out of it. I was wearing a white suit to the garbage truck when I was working on the back of it. I was that self-righteous, freaking Mormon. I never had a problem since. Never tried to kill myself since. Then I had a smoke. I didn't smoke until I was 40. Marriage broke up, sort of thing. I was trying to be righteous. You have to try. You can clean up a few things in soul, not abuse, and get your diet or that. And what I'm diabetic and everything, you know. But yeah, bollocks. Yeah, right. Anyone that says that without saying it is a liar. But what's a competition? You know, what are you trying to prove? See? What is it? Is it a hate thing or is it just having a go? You know, I can have a go. We're Australian, mate. Have a go. But don't turn it into hate, mate. It's demonic. You don't believe in that? Well, pick your level. That's your bullshit. I love people, man. I forgive my enemy. I even forgive the terrorists that freaking well half killed my wife. She was a war correspondent and half killed me too, boys. Anyway. And we bloody well keep our bollocks. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, unless you escape, go to a cave and just don't talk and everybody sees you as all saintly, don't fart or something. I don't care. I'm like Joe. I lost everything, family thing. I mean, stripped. Anyway, there's so many people that have got a heart of gold and they come on my channel, a lot of people. So I don't get too disturbed. Unless you make a threat or something, if you're going to make a threat, make sure you've got a machine gun and you really, not a would-be, Don't be tough. Unless you're a real, and I'll step back because I've been step back from bloody machine guns, everything. So, yeah, just don't be a smart ass because you go to the Muslim country, mate, like I did. Aussies get into trouble very quickly. You got to live their laws. And when they come here, and I was working security, Muslim praying on the mat 5 times a day, and I was doing a robbery, not a robbery, I was doing an arrest. He didn't even come. He's supposed to go in twos, and he lost his job crying out to Allah. Why does Allah forsake me? Mate, we go to your country, we get bashed, whatever. We don't live your law. You got to live by our law. Otherwise, piss off. Yeah. Couldn't understand. Why can't I pray on the mat 5 times a day at work in the security as a security officer? Called on the go out and do an arrest. My spirits has bollocks. Were you talking about alcohol spirits or drug spirits? Whatever spirits, mate. In the true pure essence of the spirit, you don't need anything like that. You can sort of experience a sort of a through meditation or some little bit of substance, very very little, but it was practice and things like that to get there. Once you get there, you don't need it. There is an activation sort of thing. It's only the soul recognizing that we have a spirit, an awareness. It's called the awakening. I choose what I do, which is nothing more than a coffee and a smoke, just to snap out of it because I've got radiation poisoning from an infant when I was 9 months old and as a baby in the womb. Atomic bomb went off. It's called the Malinga Project. And people that I know are dead now, got cancer, And when I have a smoke, it diffuses it. I know it's a poison, but it diffuses and gives me some mental stability. So don't worry about that. So Terry Stone says, you can't take the man away from the man. It's the human brain. You say? Yeah, well, you're in the soul. You're in the fallen condition. And I'm just entertaining here. Don't have to take it literally. That's okay. I'm not forcing it. But I know what I know. And I know nothing in the soul. Don't even know what love is. I'm not sure if you're a Richard Dawkins fan and everything. My son gave me a book and said, Dad, read this. I said, this crap. I read it. I just, Richard Dawkins, man. When you've had all the supernatural experiences and stuff, you can't deny that. One after the other. Man, I'm a walking, talking, bloody supernatural person. It's beyond a textbook, man. I'm not going to go into detail. You watch all my videos. And you could be somebody I know. Somebody that knows me said, oh, I know him. He's bloody fast and furious. He drove fast cars. Or he used to be this, he used to be that. Womanized or something. Yeah, well, whatever I used to be, who cares? Jesus can fix all problems. Forgiveness. Even Mary Magdalene, so-called prostitute, where's thy accuser, Jesus said. She might not have been one. Jesus forgave her, man. Go sin no more. She do sin, still sin, but didn't go back to prostitution if that was the case. All right? I still sin. But some things I never go back to. Yeah. Thanks for the compliment. I like that. Buffett. I had a mate called Buffett. Funny guy. Australians have got a bit of character. I'll tell you. Just be honest, man. Tell me who you are. Are you atheist? Are you Christian? Are you Buddhist? Buddy? No, not a Buddhist. You wouldn't be a Buddhist. Yeah. Buddhists, they've got a lot of compassion. Yeah. It's okay. Just be honest. I love honesty, man. Smoking like a woman. I like that. That's funny, man. Yeah. But I do like being around the guys sometimes, but spiritual ones. I know it's Charles Spurgeon, one of the great reformers of the 19th century. He survived. He wasn't part of all. He was one of the last. He smoked a big fat cigar. Wesley smoked a big fat cigar. Churchill, he smoked a big fat cigar, and he was being arrested for something because some woman on the train, he's in Germany or something, checking it out, accused him of rape, and the security come in and whatever, and saw that the cigar had a big long ash on it. It didn't fall off. He said he hadn't moved and raped you. Saved his life, man. It would have been destroyed. On the news here, some guy got up to have a smoke, missed a car, drunk, go through his bedroom, ripped the place to bits. His bed upside down. He survived it. Smoke saved his life. Well, I gave up smoking. Give it a go. I lost 50 grand bloody gambling. 50 grand. It cost me. Oh, I feel like smoke's so freaking expensive unless you're overseas or something. Worse. Devil got me that way. I stay home, mate. It's cheaper. But I'm not intoxicated. I'm not on crack. I'm not on meth. I'm not into all that shit. My mate says, I wouldn't be with a woman unless she smoked marijuana. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't even do sex without marijuana. And yet he doesn't get it. He denies Jesus and everything. He's all preachy and everything. And he denies, like Peter, 3 times. But Peter never smoked marijuana. And he says, oh, I'd rather be on the outskirts of heaven smoking a bong with bloody Peter. Peter wouldn't be smoking a bong. And if he's not in heaven, he's not in heaven. Where is he? Friggin' hell. So he's in the soul logic all the time, and he knows a lot of stuff. He's a Gnostic. Great guy. He got me out of hospital. Good Samaritan stopped to help. He was there for me, but he hates church. He hates religion, and he gives to the poor. Even when he was poor, when he got his inheritance, he gave them the money away in a year. He gave the prostitutes everything. He didn't do sex, nothing. He just give it away. He loved prostitutes, man, like Mary Magdalene. Oh, I got to meet a Mary Magdalene. He didn't want a virgin. I was married to a virgin. Married to this American apple pie. Broke my nose, everything over drink coffee, and all Mormons don't drink coffee. Oh, I got batshit angry with me. End up, and she used to go up with this gay guy shopping and jogging. I used to let her. I said, oh, he's gay, you know, no problem at all. You know, knock on the door. Handsome looking guy, look like John Travolta. Bit of chubby version, you know. Next thing I know, on Facebook, after divorce, she's married to him. And going off to the wine valley in California getting pissed. And she was broke my nose over bloody coffee and a few things. My goodness gracious me. She wanted to be with that gay guy because he was nice. He was a feminine, gully boy. Huh? I was too masculine. Yeah. In the old day, it was masculine. But then the old days were wicked in one way because my dad's time, you could have a domestic fight, bloody bash each other up, wife, husband, everything, and the cops couldn't interfere. Today, arrested. You're arrested for anything. My son put his finger in an electric socket. I smacked him. Stopped him getting electrocuted. Wife said, oh no, you can't do that. You can't smack a child. Whoa, see, she went to the police, I could be arrested. What's going on? But I do agree. Husband, wife, fighting and all this sort of thing, bashing, yeah. At least one should go to jail. Don't do that. Don't abuse. I think Crystal went through enough of that shit. And with kids and that getting all dragged around by her husband. By the hair. The real life wolf crack. Wonder if you're an ex-Mormon or something, or Mormon. Do you know me, brother? Anyway, the past is the past. But anyway, the real life wolf creep. You know what? I'm not a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm actually a sheep in wolf's clothing. Yeah, I'm actually a lad, but I've got a brave front. I have to. I catch the bull by the horns before they catch me, brother. I'm not gonna walk over and stepped on a crush like an insect like I have been. Not only from the church, but from real life terrorists. Dead terrorists too. Whatever that means. Yeah, I'm not a wolf. I'm a lamb in wolf's clothing. Not a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay. Crystal says, "What do you mean you have spirits, Terry? Can you elaborate?" There you go. She's asked you an honest question, Terry. Get on with it. Speak your mind. Let's get to know you, brother. May not come back on my channel, but if you do, great. Dundee, Jeff, Autumn, thank you for coming along. They call me Crocodile Kirky in jail. I went there. I was innocently framed, by the way. But anyway, they called me Crocodile Kirky. That's when the movie came out. Terry Stone says, not what my bottle of whiskey tells me every day. Spirits. There's spirits on body, brother. Souls, they don't normally move objects. You can hear it going on, books running around, they're lost, they're trapped, they're repenting or they're soul trapped. I believe that. I don't believe they're sleeping, man, like some churches teach. But demons, they'll scratch little babies, everything. And I've been attacked by freaking demons. But it's the spirit level. You become aware. And of course, you call upon Jesus and the blood and everything. Don't call it dark and evil like some white witch come on my channel. Oh, he was a Nephilim. He's fallen angel. He was the one that tempted Eve and all crazy stuff, man. And don't even use Jesus' name when you cast demons. Just tell them to piss off and shake your head and get real. Or take back your power and your light. You know, the white witch, not a black witch. No, in the soul, I'm just aware of it, right? If I can't get away with it because my spirit will chastise me. I get sick and everything, man. I get chastised. I don't have to answer man, prophet, priest, pope, pastor, bishop, whatever. I answer to myself through Christ because my spirit is a link with Holy Spirit, angels, and God. When I stepped out of my body, my near-death angel experience, I was spirit, mate. My soul was still talking, mumbling, cursing, scared of death. Highway to hell, more fun going to hell than heaven. But when you get there, it's cold, mate. Ice hot cold. If you're cooking as a resurrected being in heaven, brighter than the sun, hotter than the sun, mate, that makes hell cold compared. Oh, there's lake of fire, but you know what I mean? Father has left the building. It's friggin' lonely, man. Gnashing teeth and everything. And torture going on for a while too. But you might come out of it, you get your spirit, releases, give up the ghost soul thing, and then you get a body and resurrected. Where do you go then? Do you go back to hell and burn? Or you receive your just reward? If you're not with Jesus, you're in hell, regardless. But it may not be that type of physical pain or soul pain, which has got a substance. It can feel, soul can feel soul. Your spirit is never going to be with the Father, which I believe is Lord God, Jesus. Jesus said, before Abraham I am, God. I will raise this temple in 3 days, not a building. Jesus couldn't understand it. He raised himself from the dead. God. Thomas fell to his knees, touched his wounds, everything. He said, oh Lord my God. Doubting Thomas. And Jesus didn't refute him. He's God. He's all in one. I believe that. Catholics didn't believe that, but I know there's a Bible called the Book of Sinai. The Muslims love it. It's in the British Museum worth billions of dollars. God has no part in it. Allah. I listened to the teachings of the Essenes, the followers of the way, right when Jesus was part of that, even though he formed the apostolic authority. It's all part of the prophecy. Jesus, the rock, the church, not even Peter, the rock of Jesus Christ. Never taken off the earth since, except the priesthood was taken off there. It was an abomination. And the Mormons come along and restore it and say, it's back, it's back, it's back. Now you can get married and be sealed and become a God. Jesus said, the woman married, 5 husbands dead, no marriage before and after resurrection, no marriage in heaven. Now it's possible. The woman went to a grave, believing, no, I'm not going to see my husband again. One of them, pick one you love the most. He loved you. No high priest after Jesus Christ. Bibles. Now there's many priests. High priests get to the highest heaven, polygamy and everything. My goodness gracious me. Everyone else misses out. Who cares? Go join a church for that. Bullshit. Putting on the crown when you're supposed to take it off. Self-righteousness. Drinking out of a fancy cup, fit for kings of the world. Jesus drank out of a wooden cup. My dad got it right. He's friggin' atheist. Mum's funny. She got it. Oh, my crystals. Oh, I love my crystals. Oh, Jesus drank out of a fancy cup. No, he didn't. Drank out of a wooden cup. Get it right, Mum. Repent. Oh, that was years and years ago. Anyway, going on. Stephen Moore's online. Big shout out there from Ireland, brother. Hey, they were talking my language. I wasn't born in Ireland, but I'm mainly Irish. I thought I was Scottish. My dad is. Back to silly old bloody King George and everything. Mad at it. Mum's Viking in English. She's a genealogist, did the DNA kit. Boom. I'm Irish. And I didn't go to Ireland. Went to bloody Scotland instead. I want to go to Ireland, mate. I love the Irish. I love the humour. I love everything. Excuse me. Block nose. Love the Irish humour. I've got an Irish temper. Blow me fuse. I love it. When I used to drink, I used to have a Guinness, but I love to be around Irish atmosphere. If I'm, it determines. If I'm around the right sort of people. Like I went to Ireland, popped into a little pub over there, might have one beer for the first time in bloody years, or months, or whatever. Just, I love it. I love the Irish, man. And I'm on the side of the Protestants, Belfast, whatever. Like I love signing any peace treaty with the Catholic Church. The Bible prophecy said that's the end of the world. That's the deception. The Antichrist will be peaceful, worship him like Jesus. Then he'll behead all the bloody Christians after the first 3.5 years. I'm on the side of the Protestants, man. No, it's stupid. They're going to join up with the Pope. Come back to Rome, the Catholics say. God, be all Protestant bastards. I'm not saying the Protestants got it right completely, but shit, they broke away. A daughter of the mother of horse. 666, man of sin. They took that out of it. It's not the canon. I don't agree with anything like homosexual priest and woman running the show. No, I don't believe in all that Anglican thing. But and old King Henry the Eighth, bloody Protestant bastard he was, but he turned against Catholic Church. But it was all meant to be. It was all prophecy. Then he kills all his wives, behead them and everything. Keeps the ugly one. The young one cheated or something. Didn't she? Was flirting, and then when she found out she's going to die, she went and had it off with the bloody gardener, handsome one too. He killed his bloody sexy wife. Kept the old one. Then she got beheaded anyway, eventually. Red hair and everything. Sitting on the throne. Going bald. Bloody King Henry VIII. Bad out. Wicked kings that would sleep with their own son's wife on the wedding night before they could. Talk about ancestral curses, mate. You need bloody Pastor Papa John from Cape Town, South Africa. That roaring in the spirit, mate. Rebuke that ancestral curse. Or you could just go to the Mormon temple and do the baptisms for the dead. You think that's going to fix the problem? They say no evil can enter the temple. They even did the work for Hitler, mate. I was doing the work for a gangster. Some woman, and the lights exploded. Fire worker said, I'm not surprised that happens. What the hell was she doing the work for a bloody ancestor, a bloody gangster murderer? But she was a witness because I saw a dead person who's peacefully happy going through the veil, become a god. And the veil worker was shocked, man. He's like, no one there, man. And she saw it, but no one else did. So I knew something's going on that way. It was a strange day, that was. Baptisms for the dead. Wait on. What does Corinthians say in the Bible? Why do they rise and baptize for the dead? Because they're dead in religion. They need to be born again or something, whatever. Oh, no. You've got to literally do a ritual. Get them saved. You've got to break that ancestral curse first, mate. Even the Catholics, they burn candles for the lost souls and everything. I don't know what good it does, but standing around graveside with my wife's bloody famous surgeon doctor in India. It's beautiful. It's a bit ghostly, but man, some things I like about the Catholic Church. It's just peaceful and reverent and sacred. And they pray and they kneel and all sorts of things, but just don't give praise to Papa Pope. Kneel. I was in the Mormon church, bloody beautiful choir. It was all about Jesus too. Mine, it was actually about Jesus. And then their hands went up, stood up, praise the Lord, everything. And then the bloody bishop, stake president said, sit down, you're making a spectacle of yourself, like a beggar off the street. Couldn't even put your arms up and praise. That was back then in the 80s, man. What a bastard. He went on and got excommunicated for adultery. And he sent a missionary home when he became mission president for having a wet dream. He killed himself. Rejected marriage. Nothing to do with the manual. Wasn't in the manual. That man dead. Stupid bugger confessed or whatever. And then his son, the lawyer, bishop, the mafia one, looked like Nicolas Cage coming up against bloody Robert De Niro. Kicked me out for 7 years because he thought the bombs were going to drop because I talked about the war and terror went through Pakistan and everything. That's shit, man. Ruined my life. That broke the marriage after all that war of bloodshed. You can't talk about this shit. You don't tell people about this. They want all peace. Don't rock the boat. Just keep it all peaceful. Protect the image of the church. Be stable. Don't show any signs of instability. Don't be a crackhead or something, Which I've been through war and terror, man. I needed counselling. Very friggin' expensive. Bloody like $150, $200 at least per an hour or something, or half an hour. Get friggin' counselling. I go to the Lord. I'll come up with my own way of coping. Coping mechanicalism. What do you call it? Forgive my dyslexia. Big shout out there from Ireland, brother. Yeah, thank you, Stephen. I appreciate you coming on the channel, brother. Crystal says, I study addictions and community support. Terry, that's why I'm asking you to elaborate on the spirits versus having one spirit. Great question. Crystal says, did you know when you are in high spirit energy, the spirit doesn't know Mary Magdalene or Philip or John or whatever. So when you picture them, you have to on an earthly level. In the historic account and all of that, and none of them denied Jesus, by the way. They died. They don't lie when you die, you know. Truth comes out. But yeah, that's right. But I can see him in spirit too. I see both. But you're right. That's a fair question. Crystal says, at least that's what I find. And yes, I think that's why I get sick too and throw up at most times. Maybe we are trimming or twining here, my friend. Yeah, I get sick if I try to perfect my soul too much. I mean, you can perfect a little bit of it, but you completely depend on that, and you're not going in the spirit. You're not made whole and perfect unless you go in the spirit and give up your righteousness and your wickedness and stay there as long as possible, obey the light. But you do fall, you know, go backwards and forwards. Ego comes into it, spiritual ego, atheist ego, it doesn't matter. I get sick, man. I can't take it for long, but I'm doing it now. I don't care. But I'll go days. I won't even make a video. I'm going into meditation, whatever it is. I'll bounce back. But I'm still concerned in the soul because we are decaying. We're all going to die. And there's things in my soul, perhaps I'll face some sort of dark patch. It's scary. The soul, even though the soul doesn't care about heaven, and no unclean thing can enter the kingdom of God, and the natural man and woman enter with God, that's the part that is going to have to pay the price, burn up its negative karma soul. It doesn't mean you're damned. It just means you've got to go through some sort of corridor of hell. It's scary, man. I've been there. How saintly do you have to be, but not in your own righteousness? What do you have to be rather than do, be and then do, to get to the level where you go straight to paradise, like my Auntie Esther godmother? Perfume in the house, and she doesn't, no perfume. She was so much in the spirit, you smell perfume. Even my dad, and he's atheist. What's going on here? This woman was a saint. Never called herself a saint. No, I haven't reached that level. I've touched upon it. Then I go and play rock and roll or something, because I play blues, rock and roll, everything. But I love classical. I compose a lot of classicals on my YouTube, Piano Man Kirky. There's something in the classical, I like it. But you know, Wagner, Hitler used to cry and everything. Listen to it. And he said in Schindler's List, he spared that bloody Jew. He said, go and play the piano for me. I'm going to gas all the rest of them. He's played Wagner and crying and everything. Oh, I love Wagner. I'm feeling so spiritual and everything. He's bloody killing Jews. So classical music has its bloody good, bad, and ugly too. All that nonsense. On the bloody ABC here, it's all classical. It's at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm listening to this all night. Friggin' ghostly stuff comes in. Everybody madhatters, do-gooders, yuppies, or what do you call it? Silver spoon and all that. All this crap. And then writing all this stuff that I could write in a second. Just boom, boom, boom. I hit any old note. It'd come out and you could put it into a score. They'd play it, man. I mean, just ridiculous. Talk about it. I love melody. Melody. Music that has melody, not bloody all that crazy off. I mean, every now and then, okay, but man, listen 3 or 4 hours on the radio. They turn you into a friggin' zombie. They don't know Jesus. They call it abstract. It's like a painting. What beautiful nature and portraits and things. The bloody one of the richest guys in Perth here, he sponsored the America's Cup. Alan Bond, his wife killed herself anyway. After all that riches and everything. 3 or 4 story building on the bloody riverfront. He goes and buys a painting, 3-headed bloody schizophrenic bloody monster, puts on the bloody wall. $3 million he paid for it. I'd rather get a big scene, a big beautiful scenic thing, or a portrait, or Jesus. And you know what? There was this little girl. She painted the greatest painting in history of Jesus. She reckons she met Jesus. She disappeared for 3 days. That's kind of fine. And she said he went to heaven and back. I don't know. Who knows? Well, one day I had this website come up. I said, what's this? A link. I said, this is a bloody scam or something. It probably was. And then I want to write to you. I want to talk more about Jesus. I got talking to it. And then she said, because she'd written painted the most beautiful picture of Jesus in history. A little girl. She's grown up now. Still a virgin. She won't be bloody painting like that when she's into sex and they'll probably lose the power. I don't know. Demons start biting her thumb. I love virtue, suck it out of you. And she turned around, she says, do you think my paintings are shit? I says, what? Let's have a video chat. I want to see who you are. That was the end of it. Probably a scam, but it was a website, link, everything. It was on my channel and everything. All over, all the time. Was I really talking to, what's her name? Anarchy. I can't remember the name. Anarchy. A very famous child prodigy painter. She converted her parents to Jesus, who were from Europe, atheists. She was that famous in the end, made millions of dollars. The painting got stolen and come back. She made $3 million on that painting. Who knows? Does she really know Jesus? She painted him. She paints spirit world and all magic, all majestic stuff. I think she's up with the fairies sometimes. Colours that she didn't even knew how to all the colours mix. She got taught by an angel. Something. I don't know. Look, we're living in the days where look at buddy, what's his name? Dynamo. Walk on the water, everything. Is it a trick? Is it supernatural? Because demons can do all that shit too. And he tells his own parents don't know how he does it. Is he being sort of taken aside? Alien technology or something planted in him or what? He's been chosen and he's told not allowed to tell it that it's a supernatural thing. It's only a trick. Magician's code. Who knows? And he puts his hand in a basket, pulls out a fish like Jesus. Feeds all the people. And money. Took someone's credit card and went whack into the bottle. Beer. He was in a bloody hotel. Butterflies all dead. On the wall. He just zapped it and they'll come to life. The bloody hotel manager shit. Those butterflies been there for years. And he puts his hands in a bloody glass and pulls out a big, $50,000 necklace. Walks through the wall and everything. He put a cloth over it. Well, look, I don't know. I don't care. Levitation, everything. He stood on bloody, what do you call it? Rio, the bloody big statue of Jesus. He's bloody levitating up in the air. He started off down the ground with people, tourists. What's going on here? He started to float. Dixie's up the top of the bloody Rio, floating. How did they do that? I don't know. But I know that there's demon magic going on. It's Egyptian alchemy, I tell you. I go for Hebrew alchemy, which is more powerful than Egyptian magic. But Egyptian magic, 3,000 years sort of blessed by the devil sort of thing. Man, you get more attention and you'll have a lot more tricks up your sleeve for sure. Hebrew magic, a bit slow on the mark, you know. Moses' snakes ate or killed the Egyptian snakes and pressed the king with the rod, throw down 10 of the snakes, you know. Jesus said we'll do more than him. We're talking Hebrew magic. Magi, it's called. The three wise men, they were known as Magi. It's going to happen, and I believe, if you're listening, the Melchizedek, priesthood of Enoch's teachings, because he's up against supernatural angels, fallen angels, creatures and everything, creature, feature. He was rebuked, everything. He got taken up, the whole city. Man, he was a powerful prophet. I look forward to meet him. And the grace, the power of the blood, Jesus, everything. You kind of got to activate something, awareness in you, in the spirit, and miracles can happen. I'm not talking about silly old miracles. When I got healed once, broken shoulder or something, whatever, and my arm was all flaxy and everything. Oh, yeah, hallelujah. 2 weeks later, dislocated. No, I'm talking about growing limbs back, man. I think even Peter raised the dead. We're talking about real miracles, man. Not Antichrist miracles, because even the Antichrist will be killed. Satan will raise him from the dead. He's had that thousands of years to perfect that. And there'll be these flying 7-foot, 10-foot bloody scorpion demons flying around with bat wings, torturing you, and you can't die, you can't commit suicide, you can't die, and forcing you to take the friggin' mark. Deny the Christ. If you're around, left behind. And I believe most people will be left behind. I don't know about this rapture thing. There's no mention of it. But it talks about being taken up, but it doesn't say anything about the word rapture. And the Bible does say sippy cup Christians, the ones taken up, are the losers. They're pure. They're not bad, but they take it up. And they complain a bit that they don't get to govern the earth. Well, the ones left behind, the bravehearts, the warriors, give their head and everything, they govern the earth with Moses and 144,000. They're the heroes, man. Mormons don't believe in rapture at all. They've all got underground bunkers and everything. I've seen it. They don't believe me. I've been there. I've done a whole tour. I don't know if it's private enterprise or Mormon church, whatever. And they're all going to hide under the bloody caves, and there's going to be a zombie thing going on with the bloody radiation and all fall out, and then they're going to have polygamy's going to come back. It was mentioned. That's why they taught years ago on the pulpit. Coming back, have the bloody zombie wives, flesh coming out of their bloody cheeks and eyes and everything. Polygamy, because there'll be too many women, not enough men. That's the reason why they justify polygamy. All the men get killed off. Save the woman from adultery. Marry him up. Have polygamy. Let's go on. I have 11% Irish DNA. Crystal, you have 11%. I have, all right, I got to admit, 61%, I think it is. Could be more, but it's still over 50. So, and I've got a bit of everything else on me. French, Swedish, Viking, English, yeah, I say that. Scottish, yeah, got all that. Aussie. Anyway, Crystal says, but even having that 11% Irish DNA, I don't find I get angry unless I am pushed to anger. I've got a bit of an Irish temper, but anyway, it's one of my flaws. Blow the fuse. Repent of unrighteous anger sometimes. Okay, here's our question. Though, how did they choose the Magi? And were women also taught as well in those tops? Again, the Agent Lost books, Book of Enoch, all this sort of thing. You'll find out women had a lot of Magi. See, these things never go in the Bible because it got a woman's head. End up bloody prophets and all that. There were a few prophetesses, but they knew the Messiah. I mean, why didn't they get the Bible? No, it's spiritual common sense. Women are queens. I forget about the Mormon thing becoming gods or that, but they're queens, royalty. But Moses looked upon wasn't Cleopatra, it was one of them, queen, and he said, I'd rather be with a Hebrew woman with dirt under her fingernail, slaving in the field, and be with you seductive bloody queen of beauty. Queen was pissed off, man. He couldn't get Moses in the bed, nor Joseph of Egypt, Hebrew guy, assistant Pharaoh of Egypt. The queen tried to get him to sleep with her. And he refused, so she went and bullshit and said to the Pharaoh, he tried to sleep with me. He got locked up in jail. Then he had the vision of the 7-year famine. He saved the whole of Egypt, Beauty, skin deep. Beauty, skin deep. The eyes are to the what do you call it? The gateway, the mirror of the soul. I was looking at a woman once because I was with my mates. They weren't drink, smoke, but I'm always thinking back in the mind. I don't know if I should be doing this. I should be with churchy people. A big fat thing, and she's not even pretty or anything. Kind of smoke drugs and shit. But she was an artist, and she painted beautiful paintings and things, But she was a bit lesbian. And I looked into her soul, and I was just staring at her. I was having a moment. That's what I do. I looked into her. And I wasn't thinking anything sinful. I was actually looking into her soul. She turned around and says, oh, you're under my skin. I can feel you're raping me. She was mad at her. She didn't get it, right? Because you're the wrong crowd. Casting pearls against swines. So I got to be careful. Because sometimes I'm in the wrong group of people. You don't sort of get deep on them. You got to stay stupid and be a buffhead. Act like a crackhead. No. I am sort of far. No, I had a lunch. Did I have a lunch or something? Yeah. What's the time? Yeah. I'm trying not to eat too much because I'm diabetic. And I'm actually getting energized because of it. And when you eat, you sleep. That's what diabetics do. So I went, But then on videos, I'm just all quiet and sort of still. That God is God. Be still. Anyway, I'm just trying to be hospitable, talk to people, and answer questions, which my spirit knows, but my soul knows nothing. So I do believe that. I'm not just an ugly face, pretty face, whatever. I do know something beyond the textbook. Okay, Crystal says, true. I have heard that before, that your eyes tell the story. Thank you. Miss any comments? Yep, you talk about that one. Talk about that one. Mary Magdalene. Yep, I read that one. I pretty much read all the comments. I haven't missed any, I think. Yep, I've done all that. Yep. Thank you very much, people. Love it. Yep. If I've missed any comments, please forgive me. I do the best I can. All right. 2 people left online. Been 3 hours. Getting close to dinner time. My grandmother would cook dinner about 3 o'clock. My parents didn't have it bloody 7 o'clock. Come home from work and think, starving kids, you know. And locked out of the house too. Like, no kids making a mess in the house. Sitting outside in the bloody cold. Not that I was a smoker, but I remember my brother came back and smoked. He says, I'm cold, I need to warm up, have a smoke. Which made me, I didn't like it. A can of baked beans with a bloody can opener. Just if I needed a bit of food. This wouldn't let us in the friggin' house. It's not my mum's fault, my dad. Pride, puffed up pride. Couldn't drop a crumb. His mate come once. Oh, one of his mates. He's going around with his finger looking for dust. He's running his finger all along the ledges and thing. And Mum said, what sort of mate is that? He's judging you, Bill. He's judging you. He's trying to find dirt. He said he won't find any dirt here. My house is perfect. You know? My dad was quite proud of it. Come on, mate, come to your house and judging you like that. Is that a mate? Got to go to the toilet. Sorry. Oh, there's another comment by Crystal, and then I'll go to the toilet. Crystal says, I think as a child understanding all the teachings, and I was asked, do you believe in absence makes the heart grow fonder? True. And I had no clue what this individual spoke. Take 2 steps back, 1 step forward. Sometimes we got to shut down, shut up. Be silent. Silence is golden, and then speak out again. It depends on your gifts. An evangelist sort of person, you want to speak out as much as possible, but you got to sometimes you got to step back and be childlike. Yes, the child within, the childish part in the soul. We can be childish, but in the spirit, we're not childish. We're childlike. Yeah. Crystal says, can children also be taught under Magi? There are accounts in the Bible, even got it in the Book of Mormon, where babes were talking like adults. Little babies start speaking like full grown adults and testifying of Jesus. All sorts of supernatural things. Look, let's take an example of a beautiful animal dog. If you love dogs and things, you look into their eyes. You've got souls, mate. Any animal with feeling, look in their eyes. Remember that Crocodile Dundee movie? He looked into the bull's eyes. Well, only a movie. And the bull didn't. The bull just sort of went into a trance, like, oh, you know, like he's looking at me. He's looking at me, kid. Now you look very deeply into an animal's eyes, and you know, depending on the power of your Magi, and the animal may not attack you for a moment or two. I don't know. Look, there's truth in it. Like I mentioned this again, done it many times. My brother tried to stab me once he was drunk. I looked him in the eyes, picked up a photo of him as a little kid. Crystal knows the story. I says, what are you doing to my brother? What are you doing? You monster. What are you doing to my brother? I love my little brother. His spirit. I told him his spirit. I was speaking in the third person. He dropped the screwdriver and never drank again. He's still an atheist. I talked directly into his spirit, like a child of God, which we are as a child of God in the spirit. In the fallen condition, we're nothing but a child of the devil. Even if you're born again, not. You got to go in the spirit. Anyway, I looked him in the eye and I spoke beyond the soul. Beyond the soul. So I spoke to his spirit. He was crying, man. Real tears. My grandmother was witness. I've done that. And I breathed the spirit. Once I could see that he's resonating in alignment, then my voice changed everything. I mean, so I go from, you monster. What are you doing, my little brother? The next thing, there's this peace come over. See, I've connected. Eternal spirit, eternal flame. The flame in the spirit is not the eternal flame in the soul. Happiness that comes to an end was never really happiness. Even romance, it's all bullshit compared to the spirit level. It's worldly. No matter how beautiful, it's implanted in us. It doesn't matter, atheist or not. Anybody can be romantic if that's your nature. So there you go. It's happened many times. Many a times. because I know my own spirit from my accident. If you haven't had that experience, I understand. It's a bit awkward. I just go there automatically when it happens. It just happens involuntarily. I'm grateful for that accident. Brain hanging out of my head. Father, wake me over the head, give me more brain damage. Useless. You can't be an engineer. You had it. Doctor had to come and tell him to calm down. He says, your son's had a near fatal accident. And he wiped me off $3 million because a friggin' these bloody lawyers come down and said, your son's in hospital, critically ill, dying, in coma. And it was a busy day, and Dad's got all about it, customers all right, got to get on with it. And he just signed the papers without reading it, signed me off $3 million for compensation. Bastard. Some people break the leg and get $3 million. So I'm here, and I'm preaching the gospel of love and the spirit level that does exist. Not that I'm always there. And it's priceless. It's worth more to me than money. It's worth more than sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It's worth everything to me. It's my testimony. And that's what I'm taking beyond the grave. Amen. In Jesus' name. I think that's why when I talk in the spirit, it reminds me of my uncle, Stu, and I cared a lot for him as being your uncle. Can children also be taught? Yeah, I read that one. What's this one? Yep, I read that one. Yep, I read that one. Okay. Yep. Okay, thanks, Crystal. You're amazing. Crystal says, that's a gift to be artistic with children's different talents. But even having that 11% Irish. Okay, I read that. Okay. I got to go to the toilet. Pause on that for a moment. Ponder. I'll be back. Okay. Crystal, thank you so much for your comments. I gotta change my shirt, I'm sweating. It's bloody winter, I'm sweating. I got it right again. Okay. Two people left on the line. Crystal says, well, it's getting quite late here. Yep. And so I think I'm going to go to bed because Crystal's in Canada, and just reflect a little bit on the discussion we had. Thank you again. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Love you, Crystal. I validate you as a true Christian of our Lord God, Jesus. And you are an contribute to this channel. And I do see a light. I see light with you. Very clearly. See a lot of light with you. You only had a bit of a dark past in that, but you've got a lot of light. You're a beautiful spirit. And Crystal says, I think that's why I talk in the spirit. Yeah, okay, I read that. Okay. Crystal Lindorn can, yep, I've read it all. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Well, Crystal has to go. There's 2 people left online. Anyone with a final say before I finish up as well? I'm starting to get a bit hungry now. Time for my peanut butter jelly sandwich. Peanut butter jelly sandwich. Well, that was good. Got through the day without stuffing myself, and now I'm feeling great. So I'll go days. I won't have a smoke. I'll just go days, and it just happens, man. That's about it. See, like, I'm an author as well. I write books. Not that it's been published. Editing problems, but bloody authors sit up all friggin' night, drink coffee, writing books. I drink decaf when I go to bed. It's just decaf. No milk, nothing, just black. When you fast, I just drink decaf. You take a little bit of apple cider for your gut, healthy bacteria and stuff. That's about it. You could have, black tea, green tea, but black. Just fast, and then break it. Some people have a bone broth bloody fast, just nothing but bone broth. No bulky food, just all liquid. Smoothie fast. Anyway, thank you for coming along. No, it's not, Dom, Doom, Rizza. Friggin' hell, smoking is not a sin. It can be stupid. Alcohol, get behind a wheel, kill somebody. I lived in the Muslim world for 2 friggin' years. Everybody smoked, couldn't touch a drink, mate. This Christian thing, bloody holy man come here. He said to my mate, you would have crucified Jesus. What for? You're a smoker. And this guy, you can have a drink and everything, but you can't have a smoke. Back the front, mate. Just don't blow up a baby's nose. It's not a sin. It's a choice. And for me, I've got radiation poisoning since I was an infant. I'll go on and rave on about this. And it neutralizes it. One poison to another. I've got very serious radiation problems. So I have a smoke. It just makes me normal, mate. It got me out of a friggin' mental hospital. I never smoked before. It defused me. I was a self-righteous bloody Mormon bloody priest locked up in hospital for self-righteousness. I was trying to be a goody-goody. No, don't worry about that, dude. But anyway, I wonder if you're Baptist or something. Baptists, a lot of them hate smoking, but they have a drink. Even the pastor went out and had a drink with him one time. No, saw me smoking, saw all that shit. It's a sin. No, drinking is worse for me, except for a bloody medical reason. I'm having some diabetics, so I don't eat. Get through the day because I have a diabetic attack. It's a lot worse. I can go days and weeks without it. Probably don't make a YouTube channel. But anyway, it's a choice of sin that I don't partake in. Well, that's great. There you go. That's an honest answer. Yeah, but you have a drink? Because I don't, except for medical. You see, I won't have anything intoxicating. Nothing. I used to have cannabis and everything, like medical, all sorts of things. Then you get addicted and you want more and more and more. No. Smoking, yes, bad, but mentally stable for me. And it stops me from eating, and it stops me from going to a coma with bloody food and eating. That's my medical. But anyway, I wake up one day, don't desire it. Holy Spirit, please help me. Yeah, right. I don't go into a mental hospital, try hang myself, which I did once. Rope broke, met Jesus, dark skinned guy. He was dark skinned, man. He said, I even died for your suicide. Mate, anything to stop you from suicide. I'd rather be a slave to a smoke than a slave to a man, prophet, priest, pope, pastor, bishop, whatever. I don't answer to man, for they have no power over me. It's between me and the Lord. Jesus is white. Oh, goodness gracious. He was a Jew. The Ethiopian Bible says some of the apostles were black as spades. Why is he white? Where do you get that from? He's a bloody dark-skinned man. He's Jew. He's matter. Some people say he's got blue eyes in him. I don't know about that. Jews have brown eyes, right? I don't know where you get your doctrine from. Maybe a Baptist or something. Look, I was kicked out of the Baptist church. Spoke out of turn. Cut me off like a dirty rag. Love God, love your neighbour, my ass. No. Send people to hell 10 times more. The Bible warns against shoving it down people's throats. Get out of your head into your heart. The Bible is true as far as it's translated correctly, because God allowed that. Test your dumb asses. Don't hide behind the Bible. Don't hide behind Bible study. The word is written upon your heart. It's beyond a piece of paper, mate. Your living scripture testimony and your supernatural experiences, everything, testifying. They rebuked my angel. It didn't work, mate. They come into my house uninvited, rebuked my angel, and friend Baptist. I've tested prophets, spirits, everything, mate. I'm not denying my angel. Jesus allows it. Jesus white as paper. Oh my goodness. Are you a Mormon? A Mormon Jesus? That's white. Hollywood version. They wouldn't even let the kids watch Passion of the Christ. It was too graphic. Of course, it was R-rated. They want the Hollywood version. I don't paintings and white Jesus all over the temple. He may be white in heaven, but he's black when he was on earth. Dark. Not I wouldn't say too black, but come on. White Jesus, Western society. And all that American black slavery was never commanded by God. That was twisted the scriptures inside out, mate. Yeah, there were times God took people out, like women sacrificing little babies, infants and everything, bloody to down volcanoes and savages raping them. They're better off dead. But no American black slavery, mate. That was white man doing that shit. White man going to the cannibal tribes and trying to convert them to Protestantism, Catholicism, get eaten. Not even the true gospel. Some truths. See, white supremacist mentality. Yeah, right. That's a problem as well. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get too much into a debate, but I don't mind. But see if there's any more comments. But thank you for that. It's okay. I love it. You raised a bit of a question there. But I got to go soon because it's been late. I've been not eating anything. Time to eat. Now I'm really hungry. I want food more than smoke now. But thanks for the comments, everybody. Appreciate your time as I give you my time. Love you and leave you. And I'll catch you on the next video. This is Daryl Kirky Show, signing out. Until next time, we shall meet again. In Jesus' name, amen. Good afternoon. God bless. The time now is 4:44 p.m.